We're really excited to be with you all here tonight. Dylan, how's it going, man?
Not bad, man. Not bad. Good to be in studio this time with you for the Watchalong. I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
We did one last week, and you were a little under the weather, so you stayed at home. But it's good that we're both just posted up in this nice studio. We are on air, as you all can see.
As you can see, we got all the Canucks colors going on in the studio here. Looks good.
It does look good. It does look good. And we're really excited to kick back and watch this game with all of you tuning in. We have a watch-along / live stream Twitter poll question, which I'll throw the link in the chat here momentarily. We have a giveaway, which we will talk about. We have in between period coverage. We have this pregame coverage right now. We have a little post-game show as well planned for all of you here again on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. So sit back, relax, crack a cold one, which I'm about to do as well, and join us here. We have a few more minutes till the game starts. About 10 minutes.
We have some comments already rolling in.
I see that.
Shane Van Nice says, "I can't hear you." Oh, now I can. We had some technical issues at the very start of the stream, but we're good now, folks.
Okay, we're good now. Shane.
We missed about the first 10 seconds of your intro there.
Oh, that's okay. Shane always highlighting and making sure that we're all good here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Shout out to our friend Neil Villapiano, who just moments before wrapped up a live stream covering the Vegas Golden Knights and the Toronto Maple Leafs. As a Vancouver Canucks guy myself, but obviously welcoming all Rangers fans here on the live stream. I'm not a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, so I was kind of cheering for the Vegas Golden Knights there, despite Vegas even being in the Pacific Division. So never a good thing to see Toronto spank anyone.
No. I mean, obviously not big Toronto guys over here. I don't want to get too into it because we could go on for hours.
That's true.
About us not being big Toronto guys. But,
and we're here to talk Rangers and Vancouver.
And apparently beer too. Shane Van Ice commenting, "What beer do you think I'm drinking?"
Shane is drinking a Coors Light.
Coors Light. Oh, good
that's
guess.
That's what I'm thinking.
I have no idea. I don't know.
He told me about it. He bought a 15-pack. By the way, Shane's a friend of mine.
Shane's into the craft beers as well, though. Could be something a little fancy.
I think he just buys me craft beers from the soda pod.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, a fun night in store for anyone tuning in. Again, this is a comment-driven live stream watch-along. It's all about the fans. It's all about the listeners. It's all about the viewers. Though Dylan and I, we have some topics teed up about both teams, and in between periods, we'll talk about our takeaways from each period. We'll throw a Rangers perspective in there as well as Vancouver Canucks. But again, it's all about the viewers tuning in here, sitting back and watching this game with us.
Of course.
Wow.
Shane Van Ice.
Shane, were you? I bet Shane.
He was waiting for that.
He's been waiting for that one all night.
I appreciate it, Shane. I really do.
Yeah, I appreciate it as well. So before we just get into our little pregame segment here, and again, I will share it right after I give a shout out to it in the YouTube chat. And again, encourage everyone to comment. If you want any topics for us to cover, if you have any comments on the game, we want to hear it. We will feature it in the chat. I will post our watch along New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks, the Hockey Podcast Network poll question. And I'll get to it right now. We also have a giveaway as well, which we'll get into momentarily. Our poll question tonight, though, is who would you rather have on your team? Two, young defensemen for the Vancouver Canucks and New York Rangers signed contracts. That's right. Quinn Hughes or Adam Fox. Who would you rather have on your team?
It's a tough one.
Quinn Hughes or Adam Fox. I know, we're Vancouver Canucks guys, so we're
we have to say Hughes.
Do we have to say Hughes? Are we
do.
Bound to? I guess so. I love Quinn Hughes. I love the way he skates. I haven't seen anybody in a long, long time skate like Quinn Hughes.
No, absolutely. And, I haven't watched enough of Fox to really make a decision here. But like you said, we're Vancouver guys. I got a default to Quinn Hughes on this
What
one.
I've heard about Adam Fox, though, is unbelievable. And again, I've
look at that contract. It better be unbelievable.
Yeah, $9.5 million per season. How are you? I watch Rangers games every now and then. Don't get me wrong, and I notice that this player is very, very good, but not enough to do a deep, deep dive. The Broadway Boys. Is it though?
Is it though an easy decision? Is that the question?
Yeah. Isn't he elaborate, Broadway Boys?
Expand a little bit.
Our friends covering the New York Rangers here on the Hockey Podcast Network.
We got some time to kill, so
we do. We're gonna dive into some pre-game show topics here, but again, it's all about the comments. It's all about the viewers. Again, dropping the link to the poll question. It's on my Twitter account at VI Sports Talk. So you can go check that out.
Beautiful. Vancouver Canucks, though, have not been a very good hockey team lately, to say the least. I mean, 3-game losing skid. Things have not looked good. Against some, I don't want to say weak teams. The Edmonton Oilers are buzzing right now, but the performance against the Minnesota Wild and especially against the Flyers, what a stinker that game was. The Canucks have to come out with something else today.
Man, and the Philadelphia Flyers looked so bad over the weekend against the Calgary Flames too.
Yeah.
I think at one point it was like 18 shots for the Flames and 5 shots for the Philadelphia Flyers halfway through that period. I think it was like almost 20 minutes. The Flyers didn't get a shot on net. And it wasn't like the Canucks and the Wild where the Canucks actually came back the Canucks and the Philadelphia Flyers where the Canucks late in that game actually came back and started to get some shots on net. It wasn't like that at all. It was just such a stinker of the game. I believe the Calgary Flames defeated the Philadelphia Flyers 4-0. And finally, like Tkachuk and Monahan get some scoring. But yeah, the Flyers are so bad. So the Canucks losing to them is an absolute disgrace in my opinion. And they lost the Buffalo Sabres.
And that's a disgrace. My God.
Yeah, the Sabres, it's early. They're going to come back down to earth. If, they arguably haven't come back down to earth already. Edmonton Oilers, I thought was a better effort by the Vancouver Canucks, but Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, they found a way to win.
The Oilers are looking deadly this season. Just taking a quick look into the standings right now, 8 games played, 7 wins, 1 loss. That's quite a record. I know it's only 8 games in, but my God.
Yeah, no, it's like American Thanksgiving, as Bobby Mack says, as the State of Hoppy says on the Soda Pod. That's when you can really start, looking at the data and being like, okay, I have a sample size here where I can make an actual, sound prediction, if you might describe it as that. So looking at the standings, and we'll do that throughout this live stream, this watch along as well. Very interesting right now. Injuries obviously playing a big factor in the Pacific Division in the last game. I would say actually directly affected the last game in the Vegas Golden Knights being so banged up right now. Pacioretty's out for weeks. The list goes on. William Karlsson's out for weeks. There's more. I'm not going to go through it all there. And that clearly affected their play. The Toronto Maple Leafs, who haven't been playing the best hockey either, absolutely spanked them. So they haven't been as dominant in the Pacific Division as everyone predicted them to be. But the Calgary Flames have surprised in that they're a good team right now, and their top guys aren't even really bringing it. Like Tkachuk hasn't really been scoring much. Monahan got his first goal, his second point in 8 or 9 games at the time on the weekend against the Philadelphia Flyers. So like they're big guns
and fantastic goaltending at the moment as well.
Oh yeah, I got to give credit where credit's due to the Calgary Flames are basically the former Vancouver Canucks, and Chris Tanev looking amazing for them as well, but Jacob Markstrom.
No, unbelievable. Only 15 goals against for this Calgary Flames team this entire season through 8 games, only 15 goals against. So
it's nuts.
That says a lot about goaltending and defense for the Calgary
Flames.
At
their coach. Are you surprised that the defense is becoming a little tight there?
Not at all. Broadway Boys saying Calgary is a wagon right now.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting watching them play though, because like it's not exciting. Like it's Sutter hockey out there, and Monahan was on the 4th line. Now he did come off surgery. I believe it was hip surgery in the off season. But still, just not looking like the Sean Monahan. Not that he's ever been an exciting player, but he's a post up in front of the net or shoot from the outside player who can at least score a chunk of goals.
But let's look at the standings, though, for the Vancouver Canucks. 9 games in, 3 wins, 5 regulation losses, and 1 overtime loss, right at the bottom of the Pacific Division, under the new Seattle Kraken. Something has to change, like I said at the start of the stream. Elias Pettersson is not playing very well right now.
No,
I think it's pretty safe to say that. We've watched a few games pretty in depth, focusing on Elias Pettersson, and it doesn't seem like he's generating a lot of chances. I don't feel like it's a case where a guy's getting a little unlucky. No. I just feel like he's not playing very well right now.
No, I agree. And I actually saw a poll question from our boy Nick Berlansky on the Hockey Hotbed. And he was saying, like, who's the biggest disappointment right now, or who would you rather have moving forward, Elias Pettersson or Kirill Kaprizov? Because right now they're both respectively underperforming. As someone who follows the Minnesota Wild pretty closely, I will say that Kaprizov, for the most part, has been doing a lot of other things right. Like there's nothing terribly wrong with his two-way game, with his defensive game right now. He's just not. the shots that he's taking are not just as deadly as they were in the first season. I mean, his line mates are still having good chemistry with him. You know, Eriksson Ek and Zuccarello are having great seasons respectively. But Pettersson is just looking off in all areas. Now, flashes power play here and there, but we know, you know, your issue with the power play right now in Elias Pettersson for the Vancouver Canucks.
I mean, everybody knows, everybody in the league knows where that puck's going to go on the power play.
He ain't Ovechkin, guys. Come on now.
Right to the face-off dot, and they're going to wait for that one-timer. And I'm assuming we're going to see it again tonight, assuming there is a Vancouver Canucks power play. They have to try something else. Elias Pettersson has to try something else. You know, he's lucky he got that one lucky goal. Was it against the Philadelphia Flyers when it went off the backboards and off the goaltender and in? I mean, if he didn't have that, he'd have no goals on the season 9 games in. And I think he'd be hearing a lot more. And he's getting a lot of heat already from the Vancouver market.
Well, man, it was like, I don't want to say it was a lucky point because you put pucks on net, you create your own
that
luck.
That was a lucky one, though.
You create your own luck there. But even with like Alex Chiasson just, parked in front of the net there. I mean, that wasn't a nice goal. It wasn't an Elias Pettersson-like play that we're used to seeing, in his rookie season, no less.
I just don't understand why they think this play is going to work, because, I mean, we've seen it on some power plays, even when they're able to hold on to the puck the entire power play and feed Elias Pettersson in that spot. The goaltender knows, the defense knows, everybody knows what the play is, how it's going to play out. So again, we need to try something different. Is it just a simple case of, there isn't the firepower on the Vancouver Canucks power play to do that? But I don't believe that's the case.
No.
I think you have a lot of guys who can shoot the puck for the Vancouver Canucks that they're just not necessarily using right now. Something has to change.
Yeah, because Quinn Hughes, he's running the power play and he's running the offense respectively from this entire team. But he can't be the one who's just shooting from the point every time. It can't be just on him every single time.
No,
he's got a good shot. Don't get me wrong. And he can score. And we've seen him. He's scoring for the Vancouver Canucks right now. Not the top center for this team who just signed a big ticket, Elias Pettersson.
Yeah, and you look at the points for the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, our JT Miller at the top with 9 points, but 1 goal, 8 assists. Connor Garland had a great start to the season. I'll give him that. 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points, and it starts going down from there. And then you see Elias Pettersson at 4 points in 9 games. Not looking great.
No, and I mean, it's a reflection of what the start of the season and their record is right now. I mean, yeah, they look good against Seattle Kraken, but let's be honest. Are the Kraken really a threat? Like,
no, they're in the long term, they're not a threat at all whatsoever.
Even right now, I mean, the Kraken in the Pacific Division, if they have their best night, they're getting like 2-3 goals and they're having a successful trap game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but the Vancouver Canucks,
sure.
they're better than that. They should be able to beat a team that just relies on that simple play.
Oh, I mean, on paper, the Vancouver Canucks are a much better team than the Seattle Kraken, but they're just not playing like it right now. And like you said, their top pieces aren't performing. We're seeing some good performances from depth guys, from young guys, but they're not pushing the needle. I mean, your third line can't be your best line every single night. You need your first line to pick it up every once now and then, and it's just not happening.
Yeah, let's switch gears here a little bit and talk about the New York Rangers again. Haven't watched too many of their games out of the gate. I cover the Minnesota Wild, then I'm a Vancouver Canucks fan. So those are my main 2 teams, but stay abreast with what's going on in the league. We're talking about the Vancouver Canucks, really needing to get more scoring up and down the lineup. It's kind of the same for the New York Rangers. I mean, Chris Kreider, an absolute monster, 7 goals on the season. Adam Fox just signed that big ticket. Unbelievable player. Go check out our poll question. Who would you rather have on your team? Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox. In the chat comments, you can find the link. Adam Fox leading the team in points with 9, Kreider with 8. Artemi Panarin, I mean, an unbelievable player. You'd like to see him score a little bit more. He's only got 1 goal in the season, but he's the one setting up. He's the one helping set up Kreider clearly, and well, wherever else the offense is running for the New York Rangers, Panarin is at the heart of that. He's the one running that, and he's looking good too with 8 points on the season. Mika Zibanejad, my Persian cousin. I don't say brother, I say cousin because he's probably one of my cousins. He's absolutely killing it too. Signed a big ticket himself. What does he have right now? 6 assists, 1 goal for 7 points on the season. Again, someone who we're only 9 games in, but you'd like to see score a little bit more. I mean, this guy realistically, he's you'd want to see him score 25 to 30 goals. That's kind of the range you want to see Zibanejad do it. He definitely has the ability to do it. He has the talent to do it. He's done it before. Josh Deming commenting here. 3-2 Rangers. Sorry. Why, Josh? Why? Tell me why. I want to know.
I mean, he should be apologizing to me because I'm actually wearing the Canucks hoodie, right? So
that's true. This is a very nice one.
Thank you.
I mean, it just matches the studio. We got the
I'm
Canucks
all blue
colors
right now, right?
Yeah, all blue on Dylan's side. Even the pad right now.
Loving it.
Matty D is asking for some predictions. Well, yeah, let's get into it. We kind of previewed the Vancouver Canucks, their struggles out of the gate, what this roster can be and what it is. I mean, Travis Hamonic, back with the team. Does that really make a difference? I don't think it will for scoring. Dylan, what is your prediction?
I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to have a bounce back game. And I know I'm sounding like the homer wearing the Canucks hoodie. I'm going to say Canucks win, and I'm going to say 3-2. Low scoring game tonight, 3-2 for the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, because who the hell is scoring for the Vancouver Canucks? That's the thing. It's yet to be seen. Besser could have a good night, though.
Broadway boys saying, you're a smart man, Josh, agreeing with the prediction that the Rangers are going to win. We have some more comments coming in saying, let's go Rangers.
Yankee Mojo. I like that name.
That's a good one. The Windy City Benders podcast saying, I just need the bread man to go off.
Yeah. I mean,
we don't. No, we do not.
We love the bread man. He's setting up everything right now. He only has 1 goal, got 7 assists. But Dylan, please tell our fans about our contest we have going on today.
All right, folks. Our contest, as I just remembered what the contest was, you have a chance to win this Gong Show gear hat, 20 miles, 20 smiles. All you have to do is predict the score of the game, predict the outcome of the game. Just comment Rangers 4-2, Canucks 5-2. We'll write it down. We'll keep tabs on all your predictions. And if any of you get it right, we will give you this hat, courtesy of Gong Show gear, 20 miles and 20 smiles. It's a beautiful hat. We got some more comments coming in. Matty D saying, nice setup, guys. Thank you very much. I want to talk a little bit more about the Vancouver Canucks here. Like I said, they have been struggling to start off the season. The top guys aren't necessarily producing. And I'm just going to run through some of the stats quickly and some of the top players from the Vancouver Canucks and what they're up to. Bo Horvat, the captain of the Vancouver Canucks, he's been slightly streaky, I guess you could say, to start off the season, but he has been fairly consistent as far as his points go. 9 games, 4 goals, 2 assists for 6 points. Not too bad for Bo Horvat. Like I said earlier on, JT Miller and Connor Garland also at the top of the stats for the Vancouver Canucks. 9 and 8 points for Miller and Garland. We got some predictions coming in, actually. Matty D saying 2-1 for the Vancouver Canucks. I'm going to get Isha to write these down when he comes back in the studio. Shane Van Ice saying, why does it say 20 miles, 20 smiles? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't know why it says 20 miles, 20 smiles. It's a great hat, though. If you have any ideas of why it says that, please let me know. Shane, if you have any ideas, let me know. Yankee Mojo saying Rangers 3-1. We got a lot of predictions coming in here, so I think there's a good chance that we're going to be giving away this hat in the stream today for the Vancouver Canucks against the New York Rangers. Let's look at some other stats. Niels Hoglander, that's one of the cases where stats don't always tell the story. 9 games so far for Niels Hoglander, 3 assists, 0 goals in 9 games. But Niels Hoglander has been one of the most noticeable players for the Vancouver Canucks. He has a lot of energy. He's a younger guy, so the points will come for Niels Hoglander, but he's doing everything right for the Canucks. I feel like this guy is probably a 20 goal scorer in the league when all is said and done. We have some more comments coming in. Canucks 4-2. Yankee Mojo saying Adam Fox the next Leech. It's high expectations, but Fox has been pretty damn good so far, and he's got a pretty damn good contract to go along with that. So high expectations for Fox in New York, and high expectations for Quinn Hughes here in the Vancouver market. We got some more comments coming in here, some more predictions. Let's talk some more about the Canucks here. some other players we'll discuss. Alex Chason, one of those guys where we didn't know if Alex Chason was going to be on the final roster for the Vancouver Canucks, but he's found a spot here. He's really planted himself in front of the net on the power play, and I think that's where he's probably going to stick for the Canucks. And if he can do that, I think he has a spot. 5-on-5, I don't necessarily think he is the right fit for the Vancouver Canucks. You look at a fourth line role, which is probably where an Alex Chason would end up. I think you want someone with a little more speed. He's got the size, but I think you want someone with more speed. The game has changed a little bit. We don't see the typical fourth liners that we did, even 5 years ago, 10 years ago, where they're mostly grinders and fighters. And it would be okay if maybe they didn't have the foot speed, but now it's different. Your fourth line is meant to go out there and generate energy, really, at the end of the day. That's what they're there for. Fighting has all been eliminated from the game. And that's something that teams kind of have to adjust to. Yankee Mojo saying, I visited Vancouver twice. Beautiful town. Thank you very much. It is a beautiful town. I'm not actually in Vancouver. We are on Vancouver Island. Just a quick ferry ride away from Rogers Arena, where the Canucks are playing. All right. I believe the game is getting started here pretty soon, folks. Again, very exciting game. Like I said before, the Vancouver Canucks need to bounce back. They've been struggling the last 4 games. They've been struggling really since the start of the season. I don't think they've caught their stride yet. I think players like Elias Pettersson need to pick it up. I don't know if you can necessarily blame it on coaching, and maybe if there's any Canucks fans listening to this, you can let me know what you thought of Travis Green's job so far with the Vancouver Canucks, and maybe his job this season in particular with the Vancouver Canucks. But, there's some parts of their games, like the special teams, the power play is just not looking good. Like I said, it's just too predictable of a power play. I can sit back and watch, and I'm sure every single team in the NHL can sit back and watch game footage of the Vancouver Canucks, and you can predict exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try and feed that puck to Elias Pettersson on the faceoff dot, and he's going to try and get it off for one-timer. And like I've said before in the stream, and like I've said on my podcast, the BC Hockey Podcast, where I cover the Vancouver Canucks, it's not working. Goaltenders, the defense that are defending Elias Pettersson and this Vancouver Canucks power play, it's too predictable, and they're able to counteract it pretty easily, and we're seeing the results right now. Travis Hamonic coming back to the Vancouver Canucks, that's going to be an interesting one, because I feel like the defense for the Canucks does need some help, especially long-term, as guys get a little more tired. And I'm talking about guys like Rathbone, younger guys that haven't played the full NHL season. And I believe he was sent back already, and we've seen him struggle a little bit to start off the season. So having a guy like Travis Hamonic, a veteran guy coming back in the room, I think that'll be huge for the Vancouver Canucks. Yankee Mojo saying, do you stream only Canucks games? No, actually. So on the Hockey Podcast Network, we have watch-alongs for, every single team. We do different games throughout the week. So check out the Hockey Podcast Network's YouTube channel for watch-alongs for, different teams. But we have a podcast for every single team in the NHL and more on the hockeypodcastnetwork.com. So go check that out. JJD TV saying, thoughts on the Fox deal? Well, it was a big deal. Comparing it to a deal like the Quinn Hughes contract, it was a lot of money, but at the end of the day, I don't think you come along talent like this too often, and I think you got to jump on that. I think you have to secure it, and I think that's what the New York Rangers did. Again, it's a lot of money to commit to one player, a young player like that, but I think he is worth it. I think New York Rangers fans would agree with me. Like I said, I haven't watched too much of Fox. I mean, I'm a Vancouver-based guy, so any Rangers people in this chat, please chime in and let me know, what do you think of the Adam Fox contract? Matty D saying they stream all teams. There we go. Yeah, we have content creators for every single team in the NHL. Just check in periodically on the THPN YouTube channel. We just finished up a Toronto Maple Leafs Broadway boy saying, educate yourself, Dylan. All right. The on-air sign is unreal. Love Don on top. Yeah, we got Don Cherry here, bobblehead, the Cold FX bobblehead, actually. Right next to him, we got Bo Horvat and his dog, Gus. And we also have the old school Pavel Bure in the Florida Panthers jersey. We got a few more bobbleheads in the studio here. Maybe I'll bring them out eventually throughout the stream here. Yankee Mojo saying, I love it. I believe Fox will live up to the big contract. I think that's what a lot of people are saying. You know, it is a big contract to live up to. I mean, no one's denying that, and he's a young guy. But, I mean, Rangers fans, let me know. I don't think many people are that worried. Broadway boys, let me know. I know you're saying educate yourself. I'm sitting here trying to ramble on about the New York Rangers, and I don't watch too much New York Rangers. So, you know, I can't be too guilty here. Like I said, the Vancouver Canucks New York Rangers game should be a good tilt. The Canucks looking to bounce back, and the Rangers looking to continue their great play. And, you know, while we're talking about Adam Fox, and I just have the stats up in front of me here, 9 points in 9 games. I mean, this guy's the real deal. This guy's the real deal. And I think he's going to be the real deal for a lot of years moving forward. 23 years old. This Rangers team, I mean, they've got a lot of firepower, and they have a lot of good young players that if they pop off at any point, and I'm sure lots of them will this season, they're a dangerous team. And they already are a dangerous team. Yankee Mojo saying, just scored my Fox sweater as soon as his contract was announced. I love that. I love it. Folks, what other jerseys do you have? Let me know. Let me know. I love jerseys. I love jersey talk. We got a bunch hanging here in the studio. I'm looking at a Minnesota Wild jersey. I'm looking at a Vancouver Millionaires jersey. Matty D saying, do you collect baubles? Well, no, I would say no, but we have a bunch in the studio here. We have a bunch of bobbleheads in the studio here. So what am I going to count him here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have almost 9 bobbleheads. So I guess you could say we somewhat collect bobbleheads. As Isha Jerome joins me back in the studio here. Isha, how's it going, buddy?
Good, buddy. Thanks for taking the reins there.
It's my mouth's a little dry, not gonna lie.
No,
my mouth's a little dry.
And honestly, we have more bobbleheads too. We don't have them all here. I think we have one more Funko Pop, but to be honest, and you know, roast me if you want, viewers, listeners, whatever. Not a huge Funko Pop guy. This one I love because it's the grade 8. It's Alex Ovechkin. It's the guy who's gonna beat Gretzky's goal record, maybe even this year at that guy's freaking pace. And my boy Shane Van Ice, who's I imagine still in the chat
Shane's
here.
Shane's here.
He's the one who brought this to the
here, I'm gonna solo
studio.
you and you can really show it off here.
Check it.
Bring it up. There we go. The OV Funko Pop.
Funko Pop. Yeah.
There we go. I told folks about the 20 miles, 20 smiles. Shane was asking me why 20 miles and 20 smiles. And I told him, Shane, I do not know.
You know, Shane, we've been asking our good friends at Gong Show Gear, because we've worked with them quite a bit here on the Hockey Podcast Network. We've been asking them that question for years. Still don't got an answer.
Been years.
Still don't got an answer.
I'm telling you.
By the way, so I'm going to throw a little local here. We're the Pigeonhole Studio here, the Hockey Podcast Network headquarters, where this New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks live stream watch-along here on our YouTube channel is being held. It's literally just up the road from White Sails Brewing. And I have to say, sorry to my buddy Shane. I missed him on the weekend. I had some work.
I'm going to solo you here so you can show it off again.
Had some work come up, but this is from White Sails, one of the best breweries here in not only the West Coast, but in town as well. Brickyard Beach. I mean, nothing crazy as far as the can art goes. White Sails, though, solid beer. I mean, it was tough for them during these COVID-19 times, as it was tough for a lot of breweries. But out here on the West Coast and actually in the state of Minnesota, again, I cover the Minnesota Wild on the Soda Pod. A lot of craft breweries did prevail too, and a lot of them did start up, you know, whether it be a small operation or not. White Sails, I'm glad you have everyone back in there. I'm glad the tap room's open. I'm glad the kitchen's open again, and I'm glad that there's more funky beers being brewed. So just a little local shout out there. I know New York Rangers fans have joined, and cheers to the boys at the Broadway Boys podcast and our friends at the Morning Skate. I actually talked to Ket a little bit today as well. Thanks to everyone tuning in here. Again, this is a comment driven watch along. It's a viewer driven watch along, though we will talk a little bit about the teams. I mean, Dylan did a great job breaking down his thoughts. I broke down a little bit prior to that as well. In between periods, again, if the
got a great comment here, by the way.
Yeah, if the chat's not full, we will bring in some takeaways from in between periods, and we have a post game show. But again, it's all about the comments, and we'll get to that comment here.
So Maddie D saying, and this is referring to the hat, saying the squad has battled through a hard 40 minutes and is clinging to a 1-goal lead, heading to the third. When the skip steps up to this dressing room, 20 miles, 20 smiles, boys. Time to empty the tank. I love it.
Thank you for the quote. Thank you for the quote. That was unbelievable. Maddie D, love you, bro.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Shane Van Ice saying, I had my first coffee beer there. I'm assuming he's referring to White Sails, the one that Isha was just referring to. And he's
and did you like it?
Oh, I thought you were asking me. Yeah, Shane, did you like it? Did you enjoy your coffee beer there? We need to know. We need to know.
Hey, tell us what you're drinking in the chat too. I know it's I know it's a Tuesday, but hey, I know a lot of you, it's hockey. A lot of you crack a cold one, whether you drink or not. I mean, some of you maybe have, oh man, what are some of those like spritzers going around here? I know in the summer, not like the White Claws and stuff like that.
You got like the Happy Dads, I guess. Happy Dads.
Whether it's a seltzer, whether it's just like those bubbly tonic waters, those
like the neutrals,
the
like
bubblies, the bubblies. That's what I mean. The non-alcoholic ones.
Oh, the non-alcoholic ones.
Yeah,
okay. I thought we were on the alcohol train.
Like I said, beer, alcohol-based or not, you're cracking something tonight watching your favorite team, be it the Rangers, which is a late one for the Rangers out on the East Coast, and a typical start time of 7 p.m. Pacific for the Vancouver
Shane Van
Canucks.
Ice saying, I'm a fan of the Maddie D who commentates on Raptors games. So Shane Van Ice always bringing it back to
basketball.
Bringing back to basketball.
Shane's a fan of us more than the Canucks, I think. Though he does have Sportsnet now. He is watching. He's watching every Canucks game.
Love it.
He's not just watching us talk about him. But again, big shout out to everyone tuning into the stream again.
Yankee Mojo saying Igor the Tsar of New York City.
Oh,
the Tsar.
Oh, thank you very much for that, Yankee Mojo. Again, one of the best names we've seen in our chat thus far. But also again, I'll drop the poll question in the chat here. Again, you can check me out on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. I've pinned the poll question to the top of my page. It's Vancouver and New York related. Who would you rather have on your team? Quinn Hughes or Adam Fox? Right now, looking like Quinn Hughes' contract is a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier of a pill to swallow. However, Adam Fox, for everything I've seen on the player and from everything I've read about him, for everything everyone's told me about him, the guy is an absolute stud and he's worth every penny of that contract. Oh my God. I'll get to Yankee Mojo again in a sec here, but Cody Jansen of the World Hockey Report, Darnell Nurse over Adam Fox. Get out of here. I'm taking a saying right out of your book, boy. Get out of here. No way. He just knows what grinds my gears. He's gonna say Drew Doughty is the GOAT next. Maddie saying love you too. Cheers, Maddie. Then Cody before he is grinding my gears there. Great stream, fellas. Cody does great streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on the World Hockey Report. So go follow him on Twitter at World Hockey RTP. Sorry, Janzer. Yankee Mojo. Thank goodness I'm off tomorrow so I can stay up to watch a Rangers victory. Lol. I mean, it might be a Rangers victory given how crappy the Vancouver Canucks have played as of late. We'll just say that. Noah saying cap. Fair enough. Sorry if I missed something earlier there. Folks, puck drop just upon us. We may be a few seconds late. No cable here at the Hockey Podcast Network studio. So we are watching it via stream. We are streaming. We are taking your comments. We got a lot of things plugged in, so we may be just a few seconds behind. But again, really excited to kick back and watch this game with all of you. And early Rangers on the power play. And again, thanks everyone tuning in here. Go check out the poll question at VI Sports Talk on Twitter, and we'll give a shout out to our contests more throughout the stream. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll continue to talk about what's going on in the first period and bring you more content here on our New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks, the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Watchalong. We'll see you on the other side.
All right, folks, thanks again for joining us on this watch-along stream for the Vancouver Canucks against the New York Rangers. Just want to have a quick reminder again, 20 miles, 20 smiles hat up for grabs. I think we said the deadline for this contest was around 5 minutes. Yeah, no, it was 5 minutes into the third period. That's when we're going to cut off the predictions for the game, and that's how you enter to win this hat. Simply predict the score of the game. Who's going to win? And what the score is going to be. 4-2 Rangers, 5-2 Canucks, something like that, something simple. And you have a chance to win this 20 miles, 20 smiles hat, courtesy of Gong Show Gear. And look at the live chat. We actually have a detailed description of what 20 miles and 20 smiles means. So something interesting there. Cody Jansen. I don't know if Isha was talking about this before. I was in the other room saying Darnell Nurse over Adam Fox. Wow. 20 miles and 20 frowns on that one, Cody. That's not a great take. I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I know Darnell Nurse. I mean, that guy's really stepped it up in the last few years. In my opinion, there were some question marks around Darnell Nurse, even 2-3 years ago. And I feel like in the last year or so, he's really stepped it up. And now I don't think you can really question that he's a top defenseman in this league. Do I necessarily agree with the contract that he got? Do I think he's worth that much? Well, no, I don't. I think he's worth a little bit less. And I do think I'd take Adam Fox over Darnell Nurse, Cody. I don't know if you were just ripping on me there, but I'm going Adam Fox. And I actually heard Isha screaming from the other room. He would go Adam Fox as well. But the true question is, would you go Quinn Hughes over Darnell Nurse or Adam Fox? That's the true question here. Being a Vancouver-based guy, running the BC Hockey Podcast myself, and check myself out on Twitter, folks, at BC Hockey Pod. That's where you can find my Twitter account for my podcast, and then you can find myself at DYL_THPN. And again, folks, this is a comment-driven stream. Get your comments in. Get your questions in, get your predictions in. Again, get your predictions in for the contest. We're giving away this hat, courtesy of Gong Show Gear, 20 miles and 20 smiles. Look at that. Look at that Hoglander and his, what was that? His parents, I think. Yeah, looking good there. Looking good. All right. And I think Isha is going to be coming back here in the studio in a second. Thanks again for joining us, folks, on this watch along for the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Rangers. We got some more comments coming in. Yankee Mojo saying Rangers need to work on their power play. Well, I've been saying the same thing about the Vancouver Canucks, this entire stream. 0-0 game here, folks. We have 8 minutes left in the third period. The shots are 6 for the Vancouver Canucks and 4 for the New York Rangers. Isha, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Had to make sure the rest of the beer was cold.
The beer's not warm?
Yeah, the beer is warm. No one tuning in knows what we're saying.
Little inside joke there, my last podcast. Anyways, so kind of a slower start. The first 5 minutes were pretty frantic for the Vancouver Canucks, but the game's leveling it out now. And again, 8 minutes left in the first period. The shots 6 for the Vancouver Canucks and 4 for the New York Rangers. Again, apologies, folks. We are a little bit behind on the stream here. We don't have cable in the studio like we said before, so we're a little bit behind. But thank you for joining us on this live stream of the Vancouver Canucks against the New York Rangers.
Yeah, and I don't know how many people who will be tuning into this. I know we had a few old timers, and I say that with all due respect on the last stream. I want to know, and again, if you're tuning in here, let us know. Like, what team grinds your gears as a Canucks fan more? Like, what hurts more? Looking at a Boston Bruins jersey or a Rangers jersey, because both cut deep. Both were losses to the Vancouver Canucks in their history in the Stanley Cup Finals and after. Despite the loss for the Vancouver Canucks being in New York, Vancouver Canucks fans or crazy people in Vancouver decided to riot.
I'm going to answer that just after I get through a couple questions here. Shane Van Ice did get it, by the way.
Oh, Shane would, of course.
Shane's the only one that would get it. Big fan of the Stick Hungry podcast. No longer exists. Yankee Mojo saying JT Miller with Vancouver. I miss that dude. Yankee Mojo obviously being a Rangers fan.
Can we quickly talk about him?
Yeah, JT Miller. I love this player. I love him. And I was going through the Vancouver Canucks stats before we got going on the game talk here, and he's 9 points in 9 games, I believe, for the Vancouver Canucks, top of the list. He's been a pretty consistent player. He's been really, in my opinion, he's been a game changer for this Vancouver Canucks team. If they don't make that trade to give up a first round pick to get JT Miller, where is this team?
Yeah, well, didn't they give him a second as well?
And that's puts it over the top.
Yeah. Remember even Matt Sakaris, who we have a great relationship with. He even called me out on Twitter. He was like, Isha, this is a terrible contract, blah, blah, blah. We were going back and forth. And I was like, or a terrible trade. And I was like, I don't know, man. I think
we were in the building when that trade happened. We were
that's right.
In
the draft.
At the draft at Rogers Arena when
2018 or 2019?
I can't remember now. 2019.
That's when the PK Subban trade went down from Nashville too that morning.
Yeah. And we only made it to day 2 of the draft because obviously the tickets were in high demand for day one.
We can actually check it out.
But we got the show. We got the great show because we got the JT Miller trade.
2019. Here we go. Well, I remember we bought the entire puck set. Check it out. Goes with the blue theme as well. No.
Yeah, I feel like I should be holding that puck, but we got a couple here actually. I got one behind the on air sign. You folks probably can't quite see it.
There's a green one somewhere hidden in the studio as well.
I think one of the bobbleheads is chilling on it. But anyways, 5 minutes left in this first period. Looks like the Rangers might have a breakaway here, actually.
I mean, they probably did already.
And, we talk about the foot speed of Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes skating back and breaking up that breakaway from the New York Rangers.
He's just so smart. He just knows where to be, too. And because he's so quick, he can get there so fast, right?
Well,
he sees the game a different way.
Well, he sees the game, and that's the thing. When you can predict where the puck is going to go, and you're right most of the time, that's a huge asset. Some guys predict where the puck's going to go, and they're not always right, and then you kind of look like a fool. But Quinn Hughes seems to get it right most of the time, and he just gets that extra half a step, that half a second above guys, and it really pays off.
So what do you think, Dylan? And again, to those tuning in to the live stream here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, who do you think is the quicker team between the Vancouver Canucks and the Rangers?
That's a tough one because they both have young players. I feel like they're both quicker probably than they were a year or two ago. That's a tough one.
Trouba to the box here as we're in commercial break. Talk about a guy who's kind of fallen off since proving that he could be a top and really respected top pairing defenseman with the Winnipeg Jets. There was some drama there. He did. It was no surprise. He wasn't hiding that he didn't necessarily want to play out his entire career in Winnipeg. Since joining the New York Rangers, I mean, I mean, Broadway boys, if you're still watching here, prove me wrong. But from what I've read, from what I've seen, I mean, he's not playing up to that big deal. He's not playing up to the top pairing defenseman that I even personally thought he would be.
Yeah, and we have a couple other Rangers fans in the stream actually, so let us know what you think. And Yankee Mojo commenting, "Dang, Hughes came out of nowhere." And yeah, I agree.
Water bug.
The foot speed on that guy is unbelievable. Especially when you don't watch players like this every day. Seeing how Quinn Hughes skates is really unreal. So if you're not used to watching Vancouver Canucks games, I would suggest isolating on that player if you can. Yankee Mojo also, thank you so much for commenting on this live stream, by the way. Saying Trouba took a step back last year, in my opinion. Combined Trouba and Step there took a Stroop back.
A Stroop back? But you can coin it.
I can coin it right now. I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah. How about, like, it's crazy that the Winnipeg Jets, when he left, when Byfuglien kind of just retired. I don't even know if he's officially retired yet. Retired out of nowhere. And then Tyler Myers signed with the Vancouver Canucks. Talk about a defense that was arguably best in the league going to absolute nothing.
No, I mean, that defense was really the identity of the Winnipeg Jets for so many years. And yeah, like you said, it just kind of all came crumbling down within one offseason, which is kind of unbelievable. And some factors that they just can't even control either, like Dustin Byfuglien. The Rangers on the penalty kill, Yankee Mojo says, like we said before, we're a little bit behind watching this on a stream. That's also being cast into a TV here in the studio. We got a bit of a complicated setup going here.
Yeah, but we got the game up. We are watching it with you folks, and we really appreciate it. Just around 3 minutes left here in the first period. Just want to give a quick shout out again to those who are tuning in and out of this stream. Again, it's a comment driven stream. We're here having a conversation, hanging out, watching this beautiful game of hockey, Vancouver Canucks versus the New York Rangers here together. So if there's anything that you want us to feature, if there's anything you want us to talk about, if you have any comments on the game, any takeaways in between the periods, if you haven't gotten in your predictions yet, again, predict the score and outcome of this game prior to the first 5 minutes of the third period, and you will have a chance to win this hat, 20 miles, courtesy of our friends at Gong Show Gear. And also vote on our poll question at VI Sports Talk. I'll drop it in the chat again throughout this entire stream. It's pinned to the top of that Twitter page. If you're on Twitter, go vote. Who would you rather have on your team, Quinn Hughes or Adam Fox?
All right, the Vancouver Canucks power play, once again, not really getting set up in the offensive zone. I kind of ripped on them at the start of the stream about their power play, and who knows, they might score here with a shot that just missed the net. But they need to try something different. From what I'm seeing right now, it looks like maybe they're trying something different, but they've had troubles getting set up, period, in the offensive zone. Connor Garland, standing at the point.
Such a beauty.
Which is interesting. I didn't expect Connor Garland to be in that spot.
Hey, you know what though? I respect it. Travis Green shaking it up. We talked about in the pregame show here that it can't just be Pettersson every time in that spot.
No, it looks like this must be the second unit out there with Pearson and Garland and Chase on. But hey, if they can get it done, I don't know if there's necessarily the skill. I don't know if there's necessarily the shooter on that lineup to get it done. Maybe Pearson can step up in that role.
Ekman Larson, though, is there on the power play as well.
Raised off the post, right off the post for Connor Garland.
And again, I haven't seen enough Garland to know if his shot's really like at a high level. I mean, surely enough, Travis Green trusts him to put him at that position here, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yankee Mojo commenting, I really like the Gaudreau acquisition by the New York Rangers. Barclay Gaudreau is a great player.
Yeah, you can speak to him a little bit more than I can.
I used to cover the San Jose Sharks on the Stick Hungry podcast, and yeah, he's a great depth player. I don't think you can expect too much from Barclay Gaudreau as far as offense goes, but a guy that can play on the penalty kill, a guy that can be effective on your third line, a guy that can bring energy and speed. I think Barclay Gaudreau is a great player. I don't know if I necessarily would give him the contract that the Rangers gave him, but solid player. Absolutely a solid player.
Was it a little surprising to you, who you covered the San Jose Sharks for a bit, that they gave him that much money?
Yeah, it was. But it was also surprising to me when Barclay Gaudreau was able to get a first round pick in that trade with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yep.
So there's obviously value in this player, and a lot of general managers in this league see that. There's obviously a lot of teams interested in Barclay Goodrow at the time in free agency. So yeah, good pickup from the New York Rangers.
So though the Vancouver Canucks weren't successful on that power play, they did get some chances. Obviously, the post from Connor Garland. I didn't quite get who did it, but there's a nasty backhand opportunity. Dylan mentioned earlier how Travis Hamonic is back. Jack Rathbone has been sent down to the AHL, which honestly, that's okay. I think Jack Rathbone, he was making some mistakes. Now, some of them were directly costly to the team in goals and stuff like that. Maybe he just needs a little bit more marinating. I'm confident in Jack Rathbone that he will be a defenseman on this team, whether in the top pairing, middle, or bottom.
Yeah, and I think you look at a trade that happened a little while ago for the Vancouver Canucks, getting rid of an Ole Ulevy. I think that kind of signals to the young guys that are still around that these are kind of the guys that we're looking at moving forward with. I don't think
don't even get me started on Ulevy.
The point I'm trying to make though is I don't think the Vancouver Canucks, even if they didn't think Ole Ulevy would be an NHL player, I don't think they'd be comfortable giving up a young defenseman like that if they didn't think Rathbone was ready to step into that role.
True. Agreed. Gallant. I'm still not used to seeing him back.
I'm not used to.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Get a shot of Lafreniere there. Justin Bailey try to do a couple dangles.
But he gets hooked by Lafreniere. So the Vancouver Canucks go into the second period on the power play.
I like it. Let's hope we can get something more rolling. Yankee Mojo saying Igor doing his thing. Shesterkin is an incredible goaltender for the New York Rangers this year. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think the Rangers have great goaltending. Their defense is suspect. And then their forward group, I mean, the top six anyways, is unbelievable.
Yankee Mojo saying Lafreniere taking a bad penalty. I agree. Hooks, I mean, those kind of penalties, lazy penalties, you never want to see that. Brock Besser, Elias Pettersson, JT Miller, and Quinn Hughes
loading up the power play late in the period, eh?
Loading up. We have 15 seconds left. And again, folks, we're probably behind by, 30 seconds from the regular stream, maybe a little bit more, but we're still watching along the game here. And as the period wraps up, it looks like we're going to have a tie going into the second period.
Yeah, I mean, shots pretty close to 5 shots by the New York Rangers, 8 by the Vancouver Canucks. We'll get into our takeaways from this period momentarily here. We're going to take a quick break shortly. We'll also, I'll shoot the link in the YouTube chat, which again, we're totally interactive here. The YouTube chat, that's what's going to drive this watch along and live stream here on the Hockey Podcast Network's YouTube channel, Vancouver Canucks, New York Rangers.
It's a watch along, right? We want to watch it with you guys. See, that's the whole point of the stream. So comment. That's what we love.
Yeah, I threw some more beer in the fridge. We got our live stream up here. Yeah, we're like 30 seconds behind, but whatever. It's cool. We don't have cable in the Pigeonhole studio here. And again, we appreciate everybody tuning in. So again, on the other side, we'll run down the poll question again. We will give another shout out to the contest and giveaway for those who are just joining the stream. We want you to get in on that as well. And we'll talk about our takeaways. We want to hear your takeaways here as well on, again, New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network's YouTube channel. We'll see you after this short break. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the New York Rangers Vancouver Canucks watch along live stream here on the Hockey Podcast Network's YouTube channel. We'll have some new faces join us momentarily as more and more people jump on the stream here as we run down our takeaways in this first intermission. It's a comment-driven stream, as we keep saying, so we'll take all your comments on the game, questions for us. Totally interactive here on the Hockey Podcast Network. Before we get into our takeaways, though, we have a couple comments come in there on the break, and then we'll give a quick shout-out to our poll question, our watch-along poll question here, and we'll quickly talk about our contest and giveaway.
Broadway Boys saying New York Rangers still on Eastern Standard Time. Tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yankee Mojo saying, you guys play EA Sports NHL games.
I'll tell you this much.
Used to.
Tell you this much. I don't pick Lafreniere and be a GM because he's never going to sign with you. I'll say that much.
Yeah, that's a good call. We are known to exhaust be a GM mode on the NHL game. So yes, we do play them. I don't have the latest one. I need to get that new Xbox and get the latest NHL, though I'm not too happy that's once again Austin Matthews on the cover.
Yeah, what's with that?
It's twice. Like, come on.
That's crazy.
Come on,
Crazy.
folks. All right, comment in this live stream who you think should have been on the cover of the new NHL game.
Yes.
Anybody but Austin Matthews. Anybody but a Toronto Maple Leaf. How about that?
That's what we want to hear. As I get our poll question in the chat before we run it down, Dylan, how about you run down our contest/giveaway again?
All right, folks. You've heard me say it 50 times or maybe 20 times on this stream. The 20 miles and 20 smiles hat from Gong Show Gear. It's actually a beautiful hat. Actually, in the back, we didn't even show this off. It's got, little white mesh in the back, kind of, I don't know, do they call this trucker hat style?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Because the snapback's like the clean one.
Right.
That's what I sport.
But it's got the curved brim, so it's not a full-on trucker hat. I feel like the trucker hat are a little flat brim. Anyways, getting too far deep into this one.
I love it. No, keep going. We got 2.5 more hours, Dylan.
Predict the score of the game, folks, in this chat. And you have the chance to win this hat. If you get it right, we're going to send this hat right to you. It's simple. Just comment what you think the score of the game is. 2-1 Canucks, 3-2 Rangers, whatever you think it is, and we will write it down. And actually, by the way, behind the scenes, things have been a little crazy on this stream. I'm not going to lie, folks. We probably seem nice and calm right now. Isha's sipping on a beer, but it's been pretty crazy behind the scenes. So we need to go back and we need to look at some of the comments and write down, some of the predictions, because we do have them in the live chat. And I promise, folks, that we would get to it.
I'm on that right now, Dylan. I'm on that right now.
Getting on it.
If you don't mind, though, run down the poll question. I just threw it in the chat there. Again, the poll question is, who would you rather have on your team? Quinn Hughes or Adam Fox?
All right, so I'm going to get to that in just one moment. But before I get into that, I just want to throw out a quick disclaimer. As I saw the lights flicker, if we do disappear, folks, there's a big storm outside. I don't assume we're going to disappear. Please hang on. Please stay with us. But if we do go, it's not because it was a terrible hockey game. It's because Mother Nature did not comply with us.
Well, we're on the west coast of Vancouver. Well, we're on the west coast of British Columbia, Canada, Vancouver Island. So it gets stormy here. It does heckin' stormy. All right, I'm taking note of our predictions here. And again, thanks to everyone who's entered the contest and giveaway.
London 9977 saying Adam Fox for the front cover.
I like it. I like it.
I was expecting to hear that, and I'm not mad.
Buddy, I'm a Vancouver Canucks fan, and I like that.
Hey, but London 9977 actually says Vancouver 2-1.
Oh, take a note.
Write it down.
Thank you for entering.
Yankee Mojo is agreeing. Heck yeah, Adam Fox on the NHL 23 cover. I mean,
well, of course, Yankee Mojo.
Get this going in the stream. EA is going to notice it at some point. All right, so let's look at the poll question, like Isha promised.
Thank you very much. It's in the YouTube chat too. The link at VI Sports Talk. It's pinned on Twitter.
There you go. Who would you rather have on your team? Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox. Now the results are pretty close, as you would expect. Quinn Hughes right now sitting at 54%. Adam Fox 46%.
Okay.
Now early results.
Well, the one thing too, like when we did this last stream, which was like it was the Minnesota Wild and Vancouver Canucks game. Half my Twitter is Minnesota Wild fans, or Minnesota Wild heavy fans, and then half of it's Canucks. So it was a pretty big split.
And a third are drunks.
Yeah, maybe next time we do it from the Hawk Podcast Network Twitter account to be a little less biased.
Isha's just fishing for those followers, folks.
I really am. Please just follow me at VI Sports Talk.
I might screw up the name. Kid Jovan Purewall. I think I said that pretty well. Canucks 4-1.
All right, I'm taking note. I'm going through the list. Bear with me, folks.
We're not big name guys here on the stream,
despite covering hockey, which have the most gnarly name in sports.
Yeah, so I mean, folks, if you comment on the live stream, that's, I don't know, maybe you like it that we're gonna butcher your name. I don't know.
I'm still going through these, by the way.
Oh yeah, Isha's going through all the scores. There's a lot of Canucks. I feel like it's Canucks heavy.
Yeah, it is.
This game with the predictions, which I'm kind of liking. I'm kind of liking it. And again, folks, this hat, 20 miles, 20 smiles from Gong Show Gear, brand new. Isha tried to put it on, tried to model it. I said, no, I don't want you to leave any of your old smelly hairs in there for the winter. So it's a brand new hat, folks. Don't worry, Isha did not wear it.
Shane's thinking that the Canucks are only going to win by 1?
Yeah, well, I mean, Shane's a realistic guy. You know, Shane is active on DraftKings. He uses the promo code THPN. He throws money down on the games, and you know he plays the numbers. He might be a homer at times, but he's not going to just come out and say Canucks 6-1. It's unrealistic. Shane wants to win some money. Shane wants to win a hat. He's going to put out the realistic numbers. Shane, I love you.
Shane already won a Gong Show Gear hat.
Shane has cleaned us out of many prizes over the years. Shane, a big fan of our previous radio show, the Stick and Rink radio show on CHLY 1017 in Nanaimo.
Okay, I think I'm caught up. I think I am.
You think you're caught up? All right. So
thank you, everyone. Again, this is amazing. So keep them rolling.
You got the list in front of you. What are we looking at? Mostly Canucks or mostly Rangers predictions?
Mostly Canucks, to be honest.
Okay, I'm liking it.
I'll give the tally up.
Support the Orca here, the Vancouver Canucks. I'm liking it. Isha's doing up a quick tally. He's a big math guy, so this might take him a few minutes, might take him a few tries, folks, but he will get the final stats to us.
Now you gave me a frazzle. I got to count again. 1, 2, 3. All right, so 4 for the Canucks, 3 for the Rangers.
Jesus. I was expecting higher numbers considering how long you were counting. Hashtag math guy.
I just couldn't read.
I'm just ripping.
Couldn't read my writing there. All right, let's bring our takeaways here. Connor Garland, I see just as he's having the interview there, shaves the beard after getting a little flack about it on Twitter or social media.
Yes,
I don't like that. I don't like that. Or maybe it wasn't flack. He was being compared to Johnny Canuck. Was that it?
Well, actually, possibly yes. He was being compared to Johnny Canuck.
Part of it, maybe.
And I would agree. I was gonna agree with you that bad idea, but this just came to my mind. What if he's doing this for Movember?
Oh, so he's just the clean slate.
Yeah, clean slate for Movember. It could be that. So let's not jump to conclusions here. So it might be calculated. So I can't be too angry. The hair, it was dangling in his eyes. One of my takeaways from this period was Connor Garland could use a haircut.
Well, Connor Garland is in my takeaways for the Vancouver Canucks, and we'll talk a little bit about the Rangers too. Again, thanks to the Rangers fans and Vancouver Canucks fans who are joining this live. And Shane said he learned French math. Yeah, French immersion, actually, where Dylan and I met in grade school.
Isha does the math quickly, then he has to go to Google Translate and translate it all.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's how it works, right? That's how math works.
8, 9, 10. So Connor Garland, he had a chance on the second unit power play off of the post. But I like this player. I like the way he's been buzzing throughout the first few games of the opening season. He's tough out there. I mean, he back checks, and I'm not talking the traditional back check as far as skating. Like, he literally checks people with his back. He's done this a few times.
The reverse hits. Yeah, absolutely.
I like calling them the back check, but I know that term's already taken. But it's literally a back check, the reverse hit.
It really is.
So Connor Garland, I've liked his game thus far in the opening period. Jacob Trouba for the New York Rangers, obviously not looking like the Jacob Trouba that I used to know. He got the Rangers shorthanded there again. And on the second power play for the Vancouver Canucks, though, honestly, Dylan, they haven't set up nicely on, well, I'd say most of the special teams, most of their chances this season thus far on the power play. They get chances every time. There's like glimpses of it, but it doesn't flow. It's not clean. They don't set up a lot of passes. There's like a few that are bang, bang, but it doesn't look like they're in control. It looks very rushed. Although, again, in the midst of just being able to get a quick bang, bang play out there, there was a nasty backhand, which I mentioned when the game was going on there earlier in this stream. I don't know who the player was. If someone caught it, let me know. So there was an opportunity. The Vancouver Canucks, they are leading in the shot department, though narrowly. So they're taking advantage, I guess, a little bit of the opportunities that they've been given offensively, but they're really going to have to turn it up a gear here as well. Second takeaway overall is that both of these teams are quick. I don't know which one is faster yet. They're both relatively young. And the players that really drive the offense and who get a lot of the minutes are, well, they're light of foot. They can skate.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't have any direct takeaways. I mean, I could rip on the power play like I've been doing all game, all stream, all season, but I think it's just offense in general. 5-on-5 offense, even for the Vancouver Canucks, they haven't been able to generate it. We've seen it again in this game. Yeah, they've got a few shots on net, but high quality chances 5-on-5, they're lacking. And when your team is also struggling on the special teams, when the Vancouver Canucks shouldn't be, when you look from an outside perspective, when you look at the Canucks and look at the firepower, you would assume that their power play is clicking. Okay, well, if it isn't clicking, you have to have good 5-on-5 play. The Canucks don't have that right now, and that's what has to change for the Canucks moving forward if they want any success. Yankee Mojo commenting, saying, I rooted for the Canucks in the 2011 Stanley Cup, and you might be one of the few people outside of the Vancouver area that were cheering for the Canucks. I think most of the continent was cheering for Boston.
We talked to a New York Islanders fan, a friend of ours, earlier today, who was sporting a Vancouver Canucks shirt.
Yeah, great point.
Which I was blown away, to be honest.
I was blown away as well. Great to see Canucks colors over there on the East Coast. Yankee Mojo, go check out my podcast, the BC Hockey Podcast. I believe it's episode 3 or 4, but Isha, myself, and one of our buddies actually told a story. We were downtown Vancouver during the riots, or when the riots started, I should say.
We escaped right before like the tanks were brought in.
Yeah, we escaped out of there. We weren't part of the riot, but we kind of witnessed some of it from afar. So the BC Hockey Podcast, one of our early episodes, episode 3 or 4, you'll find a good story.
It's the longest episode because it basically highlights from like the day we woke up to like the ferry over, to the mainland, and then just how the city was buzzing, and then went from like utter sadness to utter terror in like 20 minutes. It was nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And we did have to escape. Like we got the last cab out of downtown. I swear to God.
Yeah, no, that's that was quite the day. That was quite the night. Quite the story in the Vancouver market.
We were 1-94, so I mean, there's that. But like, we were in it in 2011.
Yeah. London 9977 saying the riots were insane. Absolutely, they were.
Yeah, we were on a ferry going back to to the island, which is about an hour and a half ferry from the mainland, and everyone's eyes were just fixed to the news because it was happening in real time. Shoot, I had friends who actually were hospitalized, who were trampled on, who were stabbed, who had their jaws broken. Like, it was insane what went down there.
Absolutely insane. And if I remember too, the ferry on the way back, I don't even think the white spot was open. So we were hungry.
Like, there was no food or anything.
We were hungry as hell, just escaped from what seemed like a war zone on the ferry back, watching the news. And I couldn't even get some of those sweet goddamn yam fries from White Spot. Well, it was a travesty.
And I can't speak exactly to, again, we were so young, and I've watched some footage to what it was like in '94, especially the game being in New York, not in Vancouver.
Right, yeah.
But talking about just like the atmosphere from like the morning of to the, like, we thought it was in the bank right in the morning. And then, there were jokes about riots, like throughout the day. I even think we were joking about it.
Yeah, I think everybody was because,
and then it happened though. We were like, oh my God. Like, and again, I would say, yes, mob mentality took over and there were a lot of fans who got caught up into it. But I would say that a good chunk, maybe even 50%, were people who came downtown for that purpose. They didn't come to watch their hockey team win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Yankee Mojo saying, I didn't know Canadians got so crazy. Well, when it comes to hockey, there's really no limit to the craziness that this country will go to.
Well, put it this way, and I think this was broadcasted on our local radio various time before TSN 1040, rest in peace, was taken away from us. It might have even been Harrison Price, but they said when hockey reaches like the Middle Eastern news, like Al Jazeera and things like that, it's usually because the Vancouver Canucks are riding. In this case, it was, I believe, in 1994 and in 2011 was the only time where like it was breaking news on like, and I'm talking like smaller outlets than Al Jazeera, like tiny little ones in Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
And people are like, "What's going on there? Is there?" And I'm not even kidding. There are people who are like journalists there who are writing to people overseas who are like, "Is there a civil war going on?" They're like, "No."
The Canucks lost.
Our hockey team lost the championship.
Oh, that is.
I shouldn't laugh.
I know I shouldn't laugh either because there's some terrible things that happen during those riots and a lot of.
Well, there's terrible things happening in the world right now. There's some crazy like civil wars and stuff. Like,
no, absolutely. So,
but just how crazy is that? That's like no.
It is. It is crazy.
Our city lost a hockey team or a hockey game.
I know I say this every time we see him, but John Garrett looking great with the silver hair and the silver mustache.
I hope I look that good when I'm that age.
Yeah, absolutely. And I apologize, folks. We should have our poppies on, but we don't.
Oh, they're in the other room.
We have them
after the break. We'll fire them on.
Well, I think mine might be.
Oh, yours is on the other hoodie.
Mine might be in my car. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know if I'll be able to get it, but
we'll feature it on this stream. But we'll find a way.
Yeah, there you go. But we're supporting.
Big Poppy guys, big supporters.
Guys.
November 11th. It's a day to remember.
If you don't have the time on the 11th to take a day off work, at least take some time to remember all those that have fallen for us, and everything that we're able to enjoy here.
Who fought for our freedoms,
such as hockey games like the Vancouver Canucks against the New York Rangers, which is starting back up right now
with Lafreniere in the box again. I love Lafreniere because he's a World Junior, god to us Canadians, right? Especially injured, winning. What was it in 2019, not 2020, where we lost to the Team USA.
Quick little PSA, by the way. Shane saying, I have the same poppy as last year. I saved it. Now, Shane, that's great. It's great to save your poppy, but the donations, they rely on the donations. That's what the poppies are there for.
Yeah, I give like 10, 20 bucks sometimes.
It's 10, 20 bucks, even if it's only 25 cents, even if it's only a quarter, even if it's something. Go grab yourself a new poppy. I shouldn't be ripping on you, Shane. No. Like, I'm not even wearing one. So
Yankee Mojo had another comment too.
Right. I wish I could have enjoyed that 94 Cup victory more. I was barely a hockey fan then. Yeah, myself included and Isha included, because we weren't, we were 1 year old.
We were 1 year old.
We weren't big hockey guys by then.
No. Although in those like family videos that my parents have of me, my dad's definitely watching hockey in the background as I'm like humming away. They're taking my first steps.
Isles Girl 3 saying, liking the Vancouver jersey. Let's go. There we go.
Oh, Isles Canucks. Girl, Vancouver Island girl as well, I imagine.
No, well, I think it's an Islanders. Looking at her hat, they're Islanders colors. She's saying, well, sweatshirt. Yeah, it is a sweatshirt. Hey, we do have some Canucks jerseys.
From one island to another. Cheers.
So behind the scenes things here, Isha, we might want to take a look at the stream here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a look.
Take a look at the stream here, folks. We're a little bit behind. We'll get caught up here. Start of the period, Vancouver Canucks and New York Rangers. We're going to be getting the stream back on just in a second here. We are still keeping tabs. Yankee Mojo saying, I love the poppy tradition in Canada. I love it too. I really do. And I will do my best to get a poppy on before the stream's over if I can. Isles Girl 3 saying cheers. Islanders fan, yes. So I guess we can both cheer against the New York Rangers in this stream. I guess that's one thing that we have in common. So go Vancouver Canucks. Go Vancouver Canucks. Shots on goal, 8 for the Vancouver Canucks, 7 for the New York Rangers. The Canucks have had a few power play chances in this game and haven't really been able to set up, haven't really been able to produce many great chances, in my opinion. So hopefully that'll change for the Vancouver Canucks if they expect to see any results in this game. Because like I've said before, 5-on-5, the Vancouver Canucks are not producing offense. Yankee Mojo saying, let's go Rangers. Big Rangers fan. I love having the mix. I love having the mix of Rangers fans and Canucks fans. And apparently New York Islanders fans too. Isles Girl 3 said, absolutely, my guy. Let's go Nucks. Kimberly Nelson saying, I was downtown Vancouver during the 1984 one on Granville outside the Roxy, but I was heading home on the SkyTrain just before it all really started, meaning the riot.
Wow.
Great story. Honestly, great story. Kimberly Nelson saying go Canucks. Do you have a question for?
Well,
Kimberly?
I was just saying, Kimberly, that's crazy because I remember we were right near Chinatown, where that elementary school was, that ballin' ass elementary school is. So like right near Rogers Arena, and
near the Costco, right?
Yeah, well, actually close to East Hastings, actually, right actually close to that intersection there. And then so we tried to just get a little bit far away, and we flagged down a van cab. And as we were proceeding to get into it, people were coming out, and I swear,
and a goal. And sorry to interrupt you, but a goal
by the bread man.
I believe it was the bread man, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, though, not looking too pleased with it. I believe it was Zibanejad from the bread man
for his second goal of the season.
Broadway boy saying, and that's why Fox is better than Hughes. Okay.
They will we're getting a replay of it here. So.
Isles girl saying, there's the Poppy. I love it. Thank you very much.
So there he is. Oh, wow. What a play by Fox.
Yeah, that was pretty unbelievable.
Talk about good skating.
Unbelievable.
Nice cross pass.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty nicely executed play.
So another point for Fox. That's his 10th. Another point for Panarin. That's his 9th with his 8th assist. And Zibanejad's second goal this season for his 8th point.
There you go. The Vancouver Canucks, just a quick shot of the bench there, looking a little deflated right now. They're
after one, I get it. Like you start the second period on the power play, and then you don't get it done. You go down by a goal. I get why the mojo is fading, but come on, there's so much hockey left to be played here.
There's one thing that worries me, about it with a team like the Vancouver Canucks and in the position that they're in. And by the way, the Rangers making another push up the ice here. They're looking dangerous. They're looking like they're jumping on their chances.
Dylan, offensively, the Rangers are amazing. I really, really like the team.
A chance there from Dickinson.
I like Dickinson's play thus far. Shots 9 apiece, by the way, now.
Yankee Mojo saying many more like that, please. Sorry, the point I was trying to get to, the Canucks, in the position that they're in, they're losing a lot of games right now. Nothing's really going right, but they do have talented players. What scares me in that position is guys start just trying to do everything themselves. JT Miller says, I'm just going to be the hero now. And Brock Besser says the same thing, and so does Bo Horvat. And they're not working together as a team. We've seen it how many times with teams that start panicking and guys try to do everything themselves. I don't think the Vancouver Canucks are necessarily down that trap right now. I just hope they don't go down that road.
No, fair enough. And I can't imagine that a Besser is that type of player. Horvat, to a degree as well. So I don't think those are the ones we have to worry about, but Pettersson, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing it now. Hughes, to his credit, just like in that game where him and Halak, I think it was against the Flyers, him and Halak were just like, screw it, this is our game now.
Well, on the backhand, Quinn Hughes really has the talent where he can do everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
up to a certain point.
He's kind of an exception because he's like, screw it. Like if no one else is going to do anything, I at least can get this to the blue line. And I'm telling you, Halak was doing the same thing. He's like, I'm going to pass it to the blue line.
Yeah. Isles Girl 3 saying Nucks need more cohesion as a team. Yes. Thanks, by the way, for tuning into the stream once again.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Islanders fans here as well. We have a ton of just the whole New York area joining us here late for them.
I was telling her, we're both we both hate on the New York Rangers. We have something in common, so we're gonna kind of bond over that here.
It's funny
on the stream.
The New York Rangers are like the Toronto Maple Leafs of the States.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
And again, we love the Broadway boys. We love our friends at the Morning Skate. But what can we say?
No, and
we took the Stanley Cup away from us, be it I was 1 year old at the time.
And we love all our content creators on the Hockey Podcast Network that cover the Toronto Maple Leafs as well. We love all that content that comes out. We just, as Canadian guys, we kind of have to rip on Toronto. It's part of who we are.
Another penalty coming here.
Looks like another penalty to the New York Rangers.
So the Rangers not staying disciplined here.
Not staying. A bit of a hold, I think, there on Travis Hamnick, which is great to see him back. Yankee Mojo, by the way, saying New York Rangers fan from Texas here. So Yankee Mojo is actually in Texas.
So you're only 2 hours ahead from us here. So that's not too bad.
Isles Girl 3 saying Isles and Devils fans unite against the Rangers. Meanwhile, I'm dating a Rangers fan.
Ooh,
that's a tough one.
That might be hard. I dated a Leafs fan for a while.
Okay.
That was very hard for me as well. Let me tell you.
Dated is the word we're looking for there.
Yeah. I remember one birthday, I got a sticker book, all of Maple Leaf stuff, and I burned it on site.
Yeah, well, the thing with being a Rangers and Islanders is at least you both have cups. For us, being Vancouver Canucks fans, I mean, we don't have any
Like
cups.
I said, the Rangers won the cup.
Yeah, you can't date someone that's a fan of another team that has a cup in their back pocket, right? So it's a tough
Canucks
look.
on the power play again, feeding Pettersson the shot. At least he got it through there.
Pettersson taking out Alex Chason though Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's the guy's keeled over there.
Can't take the
and
cross
the offensive
pass.
London 9977 saying I'm from BC, so I kind of have to cheer for Van City.
Oh hell yeah! Whereabouts in BC? I grew up in Prince George. Dylan and I, we've worked all around BC as well. But obviously reside on the island now. But yeah, whereabouts in BC, London?
We're very interested to know. The New York Rangers back with another chance and a wonderful save.
Now, if the Rangers would have scored shorthanded, then the Canucks would have been hella deflated.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Isles Girl 3 saying we go to each other's arenas for Isles Rangers games as a swap, paying for rivalry games.
That's cute. Okay, that's fine.
No, that's pretty cool.
It's hard at the time. I couldn't just go to Maple Leafs games, nor would I ever want to do that to myself.
London 9977 saying small town by Vancouver. Which small town?
We talking Langley. We talking Chilliwack. Like
we're in Nanaimo, so we're talking small town BC here. Well,
yeah, I lived in Comox last summer. That's like way smaller.
Yeah, we started this network, or our first office, our first studio for the Hockey Podcast Network was in Ladysmith, BC.
How many people live in Ladysmith?
I don't even know if there's 10,000 people.
A little bit of an upgrade here in Nanaimo, which it's in about 100 now, which is crazy.
About 100,000, yeah.
I moved here in 2007, Dylan, to Vancouver Island from Prince George. And I think it was just hitting 70,000 at that time.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't surprise me. It's blown up. Oh, Powell River, London 9977 says. Powell River.
Oh, wow. I love it.
So, I mean, I know
the Powell River Kings, baby. You're our rivals in the BCHL.
You're our rivals. And it looks like another penalty against the New York Rangers.
Wow.
Tyler Myers just getting tripped up.
So that's 4 in this game already for New York Rangers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so the big fella, they're falling over on a trip. As they show
not
a highlight.
Tyler Myers, who's the big fella?
Well, Tyler Myers.
Oh, he fell down.
They're just showing another clip of Alex Chason getting hit by that Elias Pettersson.
Yeah, that's why I was like, "There's no Tyler Myers there." What are they showing you?
Yankee Mojo saying this game picked up in intensity. I agree. The last few minutes, the game has really picked it up.
Kind of feeling each other out in the first period. No, it wasn't that intense. More of a speed game.
Isles Girl saying, I knew your guys' name. We follow each other on Twitter.
See, I thought so too.
I thought I recognized that.
Yeah, on the Hockey Podcast Network account, probably on our own accounts too. So again, thanks for joining us from one island to another.
From one Rangers hater to another, I guess.
I can't say I hate the Rangers that much. I don't cheer for them often. Now, if they play the Maple Leafs, I'll cheer for them. If they play Montreal, I'll cheer for them.
And you were, asking the question earlier on, who do you hate more, the Bruins or the Rangers? Obviously, the Canucks losing to both in Stanley Cup Finals. For our generation, anybody that's younger than, let's say 30, mid-30s almost, I would say it's the Boston Bruins because, I mean, I have that, historic hate, I guess, for the Rangers, but I never actually experienced it. I don't have any legitimate reason to hate them.
No.
Because even if the Vancouver
Canucks they're just the rich team in the States, right?
Exactly. And we lost to them. And Yankee Mojo chiming in with a great point saying hate is a strong word. So yeah, we don't want to say that. We hate the Maple Leafs. We don't hate the New York Rangers.
Yeah, the New York Rangers irritate me at times. But our friends at The Morning Skate, anyone who's a Rangers fan, go check out The Morning Skate. They also publish a ton of content NHL wide. They have a great YouTube channel and podcast.
Yep.
Look, sometimes we give free ads here on the Hockey Podcast Network. They're our friends, and it's a Rangers live stream, so we thought we'd throw some love out there for our boys at The Morning Skate. Who Andy, I believe, actually both of the guys at Broadway Boys, they both write for The Morning Skate.
There you go. There you have it. Another reminder, folks, get your predictions in. 20 miles, 20 smiles hat. Predict the score of the game and who's going to win. And you have a chance to win your hat.
Isles Girl's comment was great.
I got one. Isles Girl 3 saying, my mom has an extreme hate for Marchand, though. Don't we all?
Okay, everyone in British Columbia, Canada.
Yes.
Has a hate for Brad Marchand.
We got a lot of comments coming.
I love it. Keep them coming.
London 9977 saying, I hate Boston for 2011.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You've been on here for a while now, London. You know our story there.
The Bottom Line podcast jumping in.
Hello there, Bottom Line. Thank you for joining us.
Yankee Mojo saying, I hate the Bruins. Any team from Boston, actually. You know, that city has been so spoiled over the last, I don't know, 20 years or so with championships from all different sports. So yeah, I could hate on Boston for that reason. Absolutely.
The Canucks getting set up here in the power play, having a few shots go through, a couple chances. They're trying here, but again, trying to set up Pettersson every single time, seemingly. Like, send it to the slot for a couple chances. Why don't you? Like,
I know, mix it like
they've had possession for a while. Don't get me wrong, but again, the score is 1-0, and they've been on the power play 4 or 5 times already.
You know what's interesting to me as well, and I don't know,
no bias whatsoever.
I think this is kind of just, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson falling to the ice there at the blue line, taking an awkward tumble. I don't know what happened there.
Skating off to the bench too. Oh, yeah, good save by who's the defenseman who came up there?
I think Oliver Ekman-Larsson almost twisted his ankle there and fell over.
Jeez, boys.
That was an awkward looking fall.
Hey, look, we got people reuniting here in our chat.
Oh yeah, Isles girl saying, "Oh damn," but hi Jimmy. There we go.
Oh, we got Jimmy again.
Kim, it's Jimmy again. Neil, now let's go.
Let's go, baby.
I love it.
The Hockey Podcast Network, New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks, Watchalong. Let's go.
Oh hell yeah, I love it. As Tyler Myers skates up the ice and tries to throw a weak backhand on the New York Rangers.
Tyler Myers, he gets ripped on way too much here in the Vancouver Canucks market.
Yeah, we're Tyler Myers. I don't want to say fans because like I'm not a fan, but I feel like I have to defend Tyler Myers more than I should because he gets a lot of hate in this Vancouver market.
Too much.
Like a lot of hate.
Analytics heavy hate. We'll say that much.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. I'm a slight Myers fan. I'll say slight Myers fan.
Like, is he a $6 million defenseman? No, but like, he went to free agency. He regularly gets third.
Here's the thing, though. Is he a $6 million free agent defenseman? Yes, he was 100% when he signed the contract.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, because someone else would have signed that.
Yeah, of course. Yankee Mojo. I love it. The excitement. Igor! I love it.
We got 3 in there, right? That was good.
Yeah. Shots 14-11 for the Vancouver Canucks. So leading a little bit there in that area due to being on the power play a lot of this period.
Tanner Pearson with a couple chances there. Tanner Pearson's been, somewhat noticeable for a guy that plays his role today. So
he better be noticeable.
He better. We're not the biggest Tanner Pearson fans, I guess, or fans of the contract.
Yeah, there's a lot of contracts that I've ripped in Jim Benning's tenure as general manager for the Vancouver Canucks. And Tanner Pearson's, though, may not be huge. It's still just so unnecessary. But hey, yeah, no, good play here as we just saw the replay.
Yankee Mojo
saying, that was close, actually.
Yankee Mojo saying, I see Rangers fans in the stands. London 9977 saying, Myers is a giraffe. Have you seen his neck? Some might call him a leaf eater.
Yes, some might. He also
I believe it was Kevin Hayes who called him a leaf eater.
Actually, that's so funny.
In one of the NHL mic'd up things.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. He has an issue cross-checking people in the neck because he's so tall. It's like, learn, man. You're taller than everybody else. Like,
I know, just like downward motion.
Chill out. Yeah. Downward motion. Yes.
It's so funny, the Bottom Line Podcast. Yankee Mojo, that's what's up. Like these people, they all know each other. That's hilarious. Glad to be. I guess we're kind of part of your little community now. Now that you're on our stream having this conversation. So
yeah, in the Hockey Podcast Network, they're everywhere now. We're everywhere now.
Isles Girl 3, just a massive hockey fan. Obviously, watched Vegas Leafs, Sens Wild, Dallas Jets.
Wow.
And now this game, unbelievable. And thank you for choosing us. Watch this game with you.
Yeah, just to spend some time with us watching this game. We really appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun. We hope you are too. Again, chime in on our poll question on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. I'll send the link in this chat here again shortly. It's pinned to my Twitter profile. Who would you rather have on your team, Quinn Hughes or Adam Fox? Adam Fox and Quinn Hughes looking both very, very good in this game. Adam Fox in particular with that nifty move on one of the Rangers' chances early in this period.
Yankee Mojo saying, dang, now that's a hockey fan, referring to Isles Girl 3's comment of all the games that she watched. Also, she says, I love you guys. I subbed.
Oh, thank you so much, Isles Girl.
Actually, you know what? That deserves a red light. We're going to put a red light on. for getting a new sub. Thank you so
Is
much.
there another penalty here for the Rangers?
It looks like possibly another penalty for the Rangers. Very undisciplined penalty. Period.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll see as we go to break, but yeah.
Even if the New York Rangers don't have a penalty here as we go into commercial break on the stream here, they've been pretty undisciplined so far. And, some lazy and questionable penalties so far from the New York Rangers.
Yeah. That's going to be definitely one of the takeaways that we talk about in between periods. But the Vancouver Canucks not capitalizing on it. And I mean, what's the definition of insanity, Dylan?
Doing the same things over and over and expecting different results.
It's their
something like that.
Their first unit power play is insane.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Shane Van Ice saying another power play for the Canucks to shit the bed on.
Shane, right on cue there, right? That's exactly what we were saying.
Love it. Yeah. I've said it. I don't know how many times I've said it, and I'm going to be recording a podcast in a day or two here for the BC Hockey Podcast, and I'm going to say it again. I'm probably going to say it 5 times on that podcast. They need to do something different. This isn't working. Do something. Little J-Pat shout out there. But yeah, it's just Isles Girl 3 saying still better power play percentage than Vegas. I guess so.
Yeah, but Vegas is like depleted right now offensively. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And I just have more faith in Vegas bouncing back to the Vancouver Canucks at this point.
By the way, big shout out to Neil Villapiano. Yes. He hosted the live watch along Toronto Maple Leafs Vegas Golden Knights earlier today, about 50 minutes before we hopped on here behind the mic. So shout out Neil. He's been crushing it on his podcast covering the New Jersey Devils.
And I'll tell you what, like it takes 2 of us to even match half of the energy that Neil Villapiano comes with.
It took 2 of us to even just get this game on the TV here.
It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, but we're here, and it looks like
lingered with the cross-checking. Took it out of Tyler Myers' books right there.
Tyler Myers' books. It looks like he does not have the anti-fog for his visor, though. That was a rough-looking visor.
Dude, that was like me at our varsity college VIU Mariners game. We were doing some filming for them. Forgot to bring the anti-fog on my glasses. Had the mask on the whole time. Couldn't see a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
Love it. Isles Girl 3 saying a shout out to Neil. There we go.
Big shout out to Neil.
Neil Villapiano.
Goddamn beauty.
Absolutely. We feel you there. Yankee Mojo saying, I feel JT Miller going to score on his old team.
I hope so.
As
a Vancouver Canucks fan, I hope so. And I mean, it would be nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that nifty movement.
London.
Quinn Hughes. I didn't even have to look at his number. I just knew that was him skating.
Yeah, you could just tell. But because there's no one else on this team in the league that moves like that. Obviously that was Quinn Hughes again with the puck there. Shot actually knocking the stick out of Shesterkin's. I always struggle with that.
No, you doing
good. Shesterkin's hand there. And I noticed you haven't said it too much in the stream either.
Shesterkin. Now he's actually playing. He's having an incredible game. 17 shots on net. The Vancouver Canucks have really picked it up again. Being on the power play. Was it 5 times now?
This is incredible. Isles Girl 3. I met Neil randomly at a Devils game at the Rock against the Isles, arguing who had the worst special teams.
Oh my God.
I can just picture that right now. That's so funny.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, we absolutely love Neil. He does amazing work. An aspiring broadcaster who's already he's worked for ESPN radio a little bit. He's play-by-play for Junior B Hockey Club. He has his own podcast here on the Hockey Podcast Network, and he's one of the many faces of the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel.
Couple bucks under his belt. I mean,
that's what's awesome. What about the Maple Leafs now, which you can get for the price of $19.67, which I think is unbelievable.
But yeah, Neil Villapiano, he does great watch-alongs, like Isha mentioned, on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. So
Ekman Larson back on the ice, which is good to see for the Vancouver Canucks.
Absolutely.
With a nice shot there on the power play as well. Woo! Even better glove save by Shesterkin. He's the real deal, Dylan.
He is the real deal. And, Yankee Mojo even chiming in saying Igor doesn't need the
All
stick.
he needs is a glove.
All he needs is a glove. Yeah. There we go.
Well, I mean, look at his stats here. 94 save percentage, 4th in the NHL right now. 1.7 goals against.
Wow.
And he's 4th. Who the hell is number 1? Marchton with 1?
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
I think so, actually.
Those are some pretty unbelievable numbers as the Vancouver Canucks try to get set up on the power play.
Still on the power play.
With Brock Besser a little bit higher up than the typical position of Elias Pettersson, I think that might work. I think Brock Besser has a more explosive shot from that point. And I think if you can kind of play it with almost 3 guys on the point, which is what it seems like they're trying right now, maybe that's something a little bit different.
Yeah, no, great.
Because
point
you have Quinn Hughes, on the left side, that's above the face-off circle. You have Oliver Ekman-Larsson in the center ice, right at the blue line, and then you have Brock Besser on the other side. So you really have options on either side, and then you have your 2 other forwards deeper in the zone. I like that setup because, again, it's just different from the setup of feeding Elias Pettersson the puck over and over to that face-off dot.
Absolutely. So just over 5 minutes left in this second period. Again, we will go over the poll question results in the second intermission. We'll provide some takeaways from this second period, as well as go over our contest again. The Bottom Line podcast commenting saying, also, Igor Shesterkin. That's it. That's the message.
Another great message saying Neil is one of the hardest working people I know.
Right. I mean, we could go on about Neil this entire live stream. He's probably blushing right now. If he's tuning in, he's like, boys, stop.
Yeah. Yankee Mojo saying sloppy game from both teams. Yeah, it hasn't been the sharpest from both teams. I wouldn't say necessarily super sloppy.
I disagree, Yankee Mojo. And that's, again, coming off of watching that dog's breakfast of a Philadelphia Flyers Vancouver Canucks game. I think this game is starting to pick up pace.
And there's a goal.
And he's going to take that back now because
Broadway boys commenting bread, baby.
The bread man gets the goal, beating Thatcher Demko. How crazy is this? Now the Vancouver Canucks, they really need to look themselves in the mirror right now and get their heads back in the game, because how many power plays now? 5 power plays in this game, just coming off one in the second period. The New York Rangers set up in the offensive zone, and boom, the bread man beating everyone, going through being Thatcher Demko.
Really unbelievable. Like you said,
5-hole.
With those 5 power plays, and they haven't gained any momentum, it seems.
Island Girl, I love this. Trubor Tenorti.
Shane Van Eyck saying, is it panic button time?
Well, I mean, they're only down by 2 and it's in the second period, so it shouldn't be. But
with this team, I mean, right now you might be.
Look at the shots, though. That's the thing. They shouldn't be. It's 20-12.
Yeah, which is tough. But again, man, like, I feel like lots of those shots or a number of those shots came from power play chances that were just kind of, muffins, that you kind of throw in the net and hopefully something else comes of it, and nothing did. So, and like I said, they haven't gotten any momentum from their power plays, and it hasn't bled through into 5-on-5. Bottom Line podcast saying Panarin again,
dude, Panarin's outstanding. One of the best players I've seen play this beautiful sport of hockey. Really?
Yeah, he is. He is. When he was with the player.
Yeah, and when he was with the Blackhawks, it was kind of like, okay, is Kane making his numbers what they are? And he is a 90-point player in the National Hockey League.
Absolutely.
Second goal of the season, but what does he have now? I said it earlier. 2 points tonight, so 10 points on the season. 2 goals.
E.D. King saying, who scored Panarin?
The bread man, Artemi Panarin himself, sir. Thanks for joining the stream.
Rangers making Vancouver pay for the Pens.
Pay for the Pens? We talking Bic here or what?
We're talking Bic.
Get on his Bic pen.
Bic, pens, lighters, they got you covered, folks. They got you covered.
There's a YouTube channel, was it like Business Casual or something like that? Just a quirky business history YouTube channel. The one on Bic is unbelievable. Go check.
Unreal episode. Yeah.
Learn about that company. It's cool stuff. As I push my glasses up, nerding out.
Bottom Line podcast. Fox with 2 assists tonight as well.
Yeah, dude, I know, and that's gonna sway our poll question a little bit too. Who would you rather have on your team, Quinn Hughes or Adam Fox? Go check it out at VI Sports Talk on Twitter.
Isle Girl 3 saying, Vancouver boys, you're letting me down here, man.
Hey, I hope we're not letting you down
the
here.
Vancouver Canucks.
I hope we're just talking about the Canucks here.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not us. London 9977 saying with the crying emoji. So
yeah,
I'm thinking it's the actual hockey team, not us. That's disappointing people. Yankee Mojo saying Foxy doing his thing, thing, baby.
Foxy. I'm sure Foxy likes the Roxy.
Oh,
I'm sure he's gonna be living it up tonight at the Roxy. We'll just
poet, and you didn't even know it.
Even on a Tuesday.
Even on a Tuesday, folks. Looking at Isles Girl 3 saying, I hate the Metro. Let's look at your poll question. It popped up on my Twitter feed, so I figured
very nice.
Might as well see where we're at.
Yeah, where are we at?
Again, very close. Percentage points have moved only 1 spot, folks. Quinn Hughes, 53%. Adam Fox, 47%.
Oh.
Who would you rather have on your team? That's the poll question. Quinn Hughes coming out on top right now.
Who did you vote for, Dylan? Be honest.
Who do you think I voted for? Come
Quinn
on
Hughes?
now.
Quinn Hughes?
Quinn Hughes. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but yes, I voted for Quinn Hughes.
I think on the Hockey Podcast Network, which I operated earlier today, I think I also voted Quinn Hughes there.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly,
Sorry about the bias.
Those 3 votes might have skewed the points a little bit. So it's a pretty damn close vote here.
I'm going to post for those who don't have Twitter or who are just too lazy to whip out the phones and find it. I'm going to throw it in the chat here. It's 1 click away. And if you want to throw me a follow, you can as well.
And follow myself at DYL_THPN as well. Because I need those follows as well. Dylan. I need those follows too. I know Isha's gets all the poll tweets and on all that stuff, but
I took initiative.
Love too. Give me some love at DYL_THPN and my show at BC Hockey Pod, the BC Hockey Podcast. Shane Van Dyke saying I voted Hughes. I expect nothing less, Shane.
Yeah. No surprise there. Oh, look at Adam Fox. That smile.
That's the smile of a rich man.
That's a $9.5 million smile if I've ever seen one.
Love it.
He's the anti-fog though.
Yeah, the Rangers guys getting a little fogged up here.
Yeah, like what's going on here in Rogers Arena? It's not even warm here.
No,
on the West Coast. It's damn cold tonight. Our power might even go out. It's
piss and rain. I might actually give the Ollie Williams weather report in the second intermission. It's raining sideways. Because honestly, folks, it was raining sideways. The rain was hitting the side of our office window, which is a little bit concerning. And then I saw branches flying around. I saw lights.
The on-air light flickered a little bit. We were almost off there.
Yeah, you saw shopping bags just blowing in the wind and stuff like that. I saw even a cat got caught up in the wind at one point. So it's rough out there.
And I know that was a little bit of a joke there, but this is how crazy this West Coast weather gets in the winter. That one time my cat remember Marley?
Yeah.
One time Marley was ripping as she did. She was an outside cat, ripping through the yard, jumps, and the wind caught her. And I swear she flew 5 feet.
I shouldn't laugh.
God. I was like, man, that's Vancouver Island winter.
The thing is, though, Marley probably liked it because that cat is just nuts.
That cat has used 8 out of her 9 lives. Fighting raccoons and shit.
Yes. So shots for Vancouver, 20. Shots for the New York Rangers, 13.
The shot clock is broken here on Sportsnet, too, as it says there's 4 minutes and 52 seconds left and it has not moved in probably like 3 minutes. So just a quick note.
Isle Girl saying there's no best option. Honestly, I'd take Fox. Great defenseman, and we could use his offensive energy.
That's the thing about Fox, though, is he's probably more of a. And again, I haven't watched enough to really know. So again, New York Rangers fans in the stream, tell me if I'm wrong. Is he not more pure defender first with that offensive flair? And Hughes is he's unique in that he looks at the game not purely through an offensive lens, but through more of a lens that I'm gonna move the chess pieces here, whereas Fox can do a lot of the things himself.
Quinn Hughes, in my opinion, now I could be completely wrong in saying this. In my opinion, he excels in the neutral zone. He can get the puck up for the Vancouver Canucks. He can skate in between the blue lines very well, better than most players in the league. And once he gets into the offensive zone, he's very good as well. But that's not necessarily where he excels. He excels in getting the puck there for his team. London 9977 saying I voted and sub.
Thank you so much. You're a goddamn beauty.
Yeah, he probably subbed to at VA Sports Talk. So sub to at DYL_THPN.
Hey, and throw a sub to the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel while you're at it. Hey, if you're in Powell River, next time I'm up there supporting our Clippers or Victoria Grizzlies, I mean, beers, or if you're not a drinker, a beverage on us, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, next time you hit up the island, you got to let us know. Donald West saying Canucks is my favorite team.
Hey, Donald.
Me too, Donald. Me too.
What's your favorite jersey of theirs, Donald, though? Because we know there's been a lot of them. I always go with the traditional stick and rink, baby.
Woo. Orca is a great choice. I also have a Vancouver Millionaires jersey hanging up
without the Vancouver on top.
Yes,
like what they're wearing right now.
Like I have right now. Exactly. Yankee Mojo saying Isles fan admitting a Rangers player is good. What is wrong with this world? Referring to Isles Girl 3's comments about Adam Fox.
I love it.
Donald West Canucks is going to I'm assuming tie he means.
I hope so. And hey, Donald, I don't know if you're just tuning in or not, but Dylan, give a shout out to the Gong Show Gear contest for any new people here. You have a chance to win this sick hat from our friends at Gong Show Gear. If in the YouTube chat, you predict the outcome of this game, the winner and the score, and if that comes true, you will win this hat. So enter in the chat, Donald, please, being the Canucks fan that you are.
Did I think I did a pretty good job of displaying this.
Yeah,
I got the whole I got the rotations, you got to see the back, you got to see the label, you got to see it all, Donald. I love it.
All of it, Donald.
All of it, he says. All of it.
All of it, baby.
Thank you for joining us on the stream, Donald. We do appreciate it.
And everyone else. It's been a fun night hanging out here watching this game.
And also let me know if we should refer to you as Donald or Don. You know, we're happy with both. Or Don Draper. I don't know.
Okay, so Don says tie it up. That's not an end of the game prediction though. We need a winner out of this game, Don.
Yeah, no, okay, oh yeah. So Donald, I'm taking note. You need to tell us like Vancouver 4-3 or New York Rangers 5-4. We need that prediction. And then we'll write it down. If you're right at the end of the game.
Podkolzin with some speed. I like that.
You will get your 20 miles and 20 smiles hat.
Not as big of a player as I thought Podkolzin was going to be coming into the National Hockey League. Again, I've seen him predominantly play against players his own age, junior players, right? Didn't really watch much of him other than highlights and whatnot of the KHL and any of the other leagues and divisions there. So in stature, not as big as I thought, but he plays a big game, which is what I like. And look, he's not going to have a huge rope with Travis Green. That's normal Travis Green. If you don't play exactly like Hoggy Bear Hoglander, then it's a little bit different. About a but I'm excited to see more of Podkolzin. He's starting to catch my eye more and more, which is what you want to see with a rookie.
I did not do justice to the song. I need to find that song clip for the Hoagie song.
Donald West, again, give us a prediction. We want to give you an entry into the contest.
Yeah, Donald West. He says, yeah, Donald West. I mean, like, yeah, man, give me the prediction.
Yeah, Canucks.
Are you Kanye's brother? I don't know. Like, give me a prediction.
Are we going 3-2? We can't do a 3-3 here.
We can't do a 3-3. Unless the game's 3-3 and the power goes out in Vancouver there. That's a possibility, I guess.
100%
I mean,
a possibility.
Like, holy shit, if you could bet on that on DraftKings with promo code THPN, I think you'd be a rich man by the end of the day. But I don't think you can bet on that.
In the States, you might be able to. That's the thing.
The power going out in the arena. Yankee Mojo saying hockey is an awesome sport and deserves more recognition. Thank you so much for that comment. And yes, I agree.
Hey, look at Adam Fox, a little bit of a tussle there. Luke Shen, who I believe Luke Shen has played over 800 games. His last game, I think, was his 800th game in the National Hockey League.
Stanley Cup winner with the Tampa Bay Lightning. First round pick to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 5th overall. He's got a lot of truculence.
I
believe that's what Brian Burke said about Luke Shen when he drafted him. Truculence.
That's hilarious.
The word, yeah,
that's hilarious. Hey, that's what you want to hear. And such a Brian
made up word. That's what you want to hear.
Hey, what was the one we heard on the BC Fair? Schwang dangled.
Schwang dangled. That one stuck with me for a while. He Schwang dangled him,
which was basically a synonym for avoid,
or skip around, or something like that. Schwang dangled. Or you could use it in different terms. If you scam someone, you Schwang dangled them.
Yeah. So I feel like this has been the longest end to a second period ever. I don't know, actually. Sportsnet hasn't even just now is not putting up the scoreboard at all. So I don't even know.
Everyone's lost track and they just keep playing.
Like whether we're 30 seconds or a minute behind the stream or behind the actual broadcast is irrelevant now because Sportsnet has royally fucked up that I have no idea. If I was a new viewer, I wouldn't even know the score right now, let alone how much time is left in this game. But hey.
But luckily for people watching our live stream, we have the score up. It is 2-0 for the New York Rangers. We also have the shots on goal on the screen here for you. Shooting percentage, block shots. We have it all here on the screen for you folks.
The whole 9 yards. I mean, the Breadman salad. I mean, arguably almost as messy as mine hidden under this 2Q.
Donald West saying, I'm in Takla Lake. It's so nice up. Where's Takla Lake?
It's very nice up there. I'll tell you that much.
You don't know where Takla Lake is. We're going to look that up.
I didn't think you were going to call me out on that. All right, yeah. Throw it up here. Takla Lake.
I'm searching Takla Lake.
Is that northern BC?
Oh, it's in BC. Yeah, it's in BC.
It sounds familiar.
It's 5th largest natural lake in British Columbia. Let's look at Google Maps here. It looks like it's pretty close to Smithers.
Good old Smithers.
Good old Smithers, BC, or a little drive away from Prince Rupert there as well, and Prince George. It's kind of in the middle of Prince Rupert and Prince George, it looks like.
Hey, I used to live in Prince George.
So I can imagine, in the summer times and
it's
beautiful
so
spot.
beautiful up there in the summer times.
Mount Blanchette Provincial Park. There you go, Tackle Lake.
Gorgeous.
It looks beautiful there. We're jealous. He says, search it up on Google. We're one step ahead of you.
Yeah, we've got Google Earth up right now.
It's really nice up here. We got a beautiful lake. Yeah, it looks like a massive lake.
Hey, 11 years of my life, Prince George. That's where I grew up.
There you go. I recently worked in Fort St. John, but I don't think it's that close to.
And it's not even close to that nice.
Fort St. John is a little more east, and Fort St. John is. Well, I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to say anything more. I'm going to stop my comment there. I have nothing nice to say. All right. Are we going to take a break here?
Let's take a quick break.
Is that the time?
I know. I mean, I know we still have a few more minutes. I don't even know if, again, the time on our clock here, on our broadcast here, it didn't show what the time was, so the period could very well be over. We're going to take a break regardless. On the other side, we'll wrap up the rest of the period. We'll talk about the poll question again. We'll go over our contest, and we'll talk about that exciting second period, that back and forth second period. Vancouver Canucks, New York Rangers. Again, thanks to everyone tuning in and out of this live stream. Join us, crack a cold one. We will be back. A quick word from our sponsors. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Second intermission of this New York Rangers Vancouver Canucks watch along here on the Hockey Podcast Network's YouTube channel. If you're just joining us, we appreciate it, and everyone who has been sitting back enjoying this live stream with us throughout the evening, we really appreciate that as well. It's a comment-driven live stream and watch along. We want to hear from you. We want to interact with you. And again, we have been doing so with everyone. It's been so much fun. Yankee Mojo, I'm smelling a shutout for Igor. I mean, man, Shesterkin has been unbelievable tonight. We'll see. There's still 20 minutes left of hockey. Donald West says, how much Canucks jerseys? I got like 1 million. Well, I can't say we have 1 million here. We got quite a few.
Maybe I'll grab a couple, in the intermission here, and I'll show off a couple of our jerseys.
Yeah, okay, Donald, we'll grab some here in a little bit and show them off. Dylan has the Millionaires one. We got a couple stick and rink.
I got a hat you might like, actually.
Oh, yeah. So we got a few, but again, not 1 million. And we had a lot more. We used to give them away on our radio
millionaires, but not 1 million.
Millionaires. We'll also dive into our personal takeaways of the second period as well. But again, keep those comments coming. We love it. We're totally interactive.
One more comment. London9977 said, where's the poppy? There's the poppy right there.
Yeah, we did have two, but this one was on my desk and the other one was on Dylan's other jacket. So
yeah, so apparently I got the poppy somehow. You should just handed it to me like a producer would, even though
you had some poppy talk. I heard you. It was close to me. I grabbed it. I handed it to you. That's how we rolled.
He says Canucks is the best. There you go. There you go. I agree.
Let's go.
I agree.
I mean, they're not looking like it tonight. Their power play sure as hell isn't the best. I'll tell you that much.
Yankee Mojo saying, my first time watching this stream. Great job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Yankee Mojo. Again, I would say arguably has the best username or name in this stream. So you've won in that regard. And look, you've won over my heart, sir. Come back anytime.
And Isle Girl 3 saying same here.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you all so much.
And again,
really do appreciate it.
Island Girl, we've kind of already been friends. Like we followed each other on Twitter already. I'm sure I've retweeted and liked many of the posts as well. But again, thank you so much for kicking back here and watching this game with us. It's a lot of fun.
Another comment here saying is from Isles Girl 3. Is Vancouver your guys' team? Or is it just for the stream?
Good question, because Neil's kind of jumping on various streams here on the Hockey Podcast Network. He's a hockey fan all around, but
jack of all trades.
But obviously a Devils guy first and foremost. I would say like we fall into that category as well. But yes, Vancouver Canucks, they are the home team. Now, do we like other teams? Yeah, we like other teams. Yeah. I cover the Minnesota Wild on the Soda podcast here on the Hockey Podcast Network. So I cover the Minnesota Wild, and I'm not gonna lie, like I've really, really loved and I pretty much immersed myself with the fan base there. And I really think that they have a wicked fan base there. It is the state of hockey in the United States. So I'm not gonna say I love the team as much as I do the Vancouver Canucks, because I don't, but I do root for them and I root for the fan base. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been a Capitals fan ever since I started watching Alex Ovechkin play. So like those are my three. Vancouver Canucks home team, always gonna root for them first. And then it's like the Washington Capitals and Minnesota Wild are second teams that I at least really follow in-depthly. But again, like hockey all around. We're hockey fans first and foremost. Like junior hockey, varsity hockey, NCAA. I'll watch them all. Shout out Bemidji State.
That's what we're all about. Yeah, I'm mostly a Vancouver Canucks fan, general fan of hockey and the NHL. I did cover the San Jose Sharks for 2 years on the Stick Hungry podcast. So definitely followed them a lot more in the last few years, and I'm obviously going to keep tabs on them. But there's so many great hockey markets out there in the NHL. Yankee Mojo saying, I grew up a Yankees fan and became a Rangers fan second. Well, hey, you're a hockey fan, though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, not going to lie, not a big baseball guy other than our AAA team in Vancouver. Shout out the Vancouver Canadians. Love those. What are they? Those 4-foot hot dogs there?
Unbelievable. 3 foot, I think.
3-foot hot dogs. And
4 foot's just ridiculous. Come on,
and big duck legs. Love it there. So I love going to the ballpark, but I'm not an MLB guy. Look, we're from Vancouver. I could care less about the Blue Jays. And even if I wanted to root for the Mariners this year, they played well, but ever since Ichiro Suzuki, they've just been ass. So
Isles Girl 3, I was always Islanders. My grandma and uncle got me to love Chara and Boychuk.
Oh yeah.
So soft spot for the Bruins. Total coincidence. They both came to the island.
That's hilarious. No, you're totally right there. Like I and if you've been following the stream for a little while, Isles Girl, like we're not Bruins fans at all here at the in the province of British Columbia. But I have to say, like at the time, I don't think I ever even really hated Big Z. I always respected Zdeno Chara.
I think that goes for most of the Vancouver market. I mean, I think the hate was on
Brad Marchand, Lucic.
Yeah, exactly. Was more on a few other guys.
Like even Bergeron, there's a respect for.
Absolutely. But
Horton too, though. Again, like Aaron Rome kind of ended his career, so we didn't really bring that up much.
That was a brutal play. It
was a clean hit, right, Dylan? Just like how Bertuzzi didn't assault anyone.
Shout
out Big Bert, by the way.
Yeah. I could have gone into a few more of those inside jokes, but no.
Dan Murphy on Sportsnet here in the Vancouver broadcast interviewing Chris Kreider. I mean, Kreider's been unbelievable this year, Dylan. I mean, he's leading the New York Rangers in points. I mean, there've been trade rumors, I feel, around Chris Kreider for the last 3 to 4 years.
There's always every year.
I mean, going into this game, he was leading the team by a long shot in goals with 7. And, the next one was 2, obviously. Mika Zibanejad getting 2 as well, getting his second goal of the night. Of the year, sorry.
Isles Girl 3 saying Lucic glass-breaking hit, though. That was awesome.
Look, Lucic playing for the Vancouver Giants, too, in the WHL was a joy to watch. But again, the Vancouver Giants aren't my team here on Vancouver Island. They're my rival, as we have the Victoria Royals. And then on the BCHL level, Junior A too, like we're not voting for the Vancouver teams. We're going for the Island teams and Powell River. Let's go.
There you go.
One of our local boys, Carter Turnbull, was a star for Powell River.
Right.
Now playing for the University of Connecticut, NCAA. Excited to see if maybe an NHL team will take a chance on him in the future. So love junior hockey out here. But yeah, like I don't know. I guess I root for Lucic a little bit because there's some BC connection being the Vancouver boy too. But just I don't know. He's always going to be a Boston scumbag to me. And he's just so funny that he's in Alberta now.
All right, Isha, we're hitting a little bit of a lull here. So should I go grab a couple jerseys and show Donald West what we got going on?
Yeah, Donald, let's see.
I'll show you what we got.
We'll show you what we got here. Again, everybody, you can chime in on our poll question. You can find it on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. It is pinned to the top of the profile. Who would you rather have? And again, this might be a little biased, but again, we have some viewers who aren't necessarily Rangers fans or Canucks fans in this stream. Who would you rather have? Quinn Hughes or Adam Fox? You let us know again at VI Sports Talk. All right, we got some jerseys here. We're showing them off for Donald West.
The classic stick and rink.
Which is my favorite.
I mean, you just can't beat it. It's really just a classic jersey. And then we got the Vancouver Millionaires jersey.
Yeah.
I guess you could call it a classic since it's an older jersey. I don't see it too often.
It's not from the 20s, like.
But
it's a Reebok.
It's a Reebok. It's a little bit of an older jersey, but
it's beautiful.
It's a beauty.
Donald West asking, do you know the Prince George Cougars and the Prince George Spruce Kings? Donald, very, very well. Had season tickets as a kid to the Prince George Cougars. I saw Dustin Byfuglien play for the team. Derek Bugard, rest in peace, saw him play for the team. The Spruce Kings, I can't remember the NHL. I don't even think they were like NHL players of note the time that I watched them, but they would come to actually my elementary school every second Friday and play a ball hockey game against it was the Spruce Kings players and the teachers. Oh, that's amazing. The teachers and the students playing against them every Friday. Donald, do you know what this one is? And I'll throw it to London as well. Do you know what this jersey is? Here, I'll make it the big screen too. It's crazy, but this is a BCHL jersey, or it was a BCHL jersey. I'll give the chat some time to stew on that. Just going through. Comments are coming in hot. Thank you so much. Again, it's a comment-driven stream. We absolutely love it. London 9977 says, I like Lucic more than Marchand. Okay, I'll give you that. Dylan Islesgirl likes it. She says, nice. She likes the jersey collection there. Donald West saying, okay, Donald. Hell yeah.
Oh, Donald wants to see the hat.
Donald West says, actually, sorry, they're coming in so hot. I'm like, I can't even keep track clicking. He says, nice. I love it. Here, hold on, Dylan. Let me get you to solo. Donald, Vancouver Millionaires hat signed by who, Dylan?
Thatcher Demko, Brock Besser, and one Ole Ulevi at Vancouver Canucks development camp. So this is before they were all NHLers, and actually Troy Stetcher is also on the brim of the hat here as well. Thatcher Demko, Brock Besser, and I had higher expectations for Ole Ulevi.
Yeah. Sorry, Donald. I don't know what you're saying no to.
Doesn't like the hat?
Isles Girl says, my friend said the new Florida Panthers logo looks like a female panther in heat, and he's a Panthers fan. That's funny. I actually thought it looked like Joe Quenneville personally. Isles Girl knows it. Salsa. Oh my God. Do you know this BCHL team? The Victoria Salsa, the former BCHL Junior Hockey League team, Victoria Salsa. It's amazing. London says, I have no clue. Well, before the Victoria Grizzlies of the BCHL became the Victoria Grizzlies, they were the Victoria Salsa. I don't think Gamey Ben played for them, but Jordy Ben had a Salsa jersey at one point in his BCHL career.
All right, we're getting some love for the hat. Isles Girl 3 saying, wow, the hat is amazing. Donald West also saying, wow. He was saying no before. Now he's saying, wow.
No, wow.
We're getting wows out of nose.
I'm all right with that.
That's what we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network, folks. By the way, look at all the TV. Seeing a lot of poppies. It's a nice thing. It's a nice
No,
thing.
I like it. I like it for sure. So some takeaways again, and if anyone is new popping into this stream, please give your game predictions. I mean, 5 minutes in to the third period, that's when we're cutting it. That's it. That's the deadline. Then at the end of the game, we'll see if anyone hit the nail on the head there and won this prize. Predict the outcome of this game. That is the winner and the score here in the YouTube chat for your chance to win. More comments coming in. We love it. It's a comment-driven stream. Please keep them coming, ladies and gentlemen.
We got a few funny ones coming in. London 9977 saying, I like that jersey, but yeah, had no clue.
Yeah, when I met Bob McKenzie when I went to the World Juniors in 2018,
the infamous photo.
He didn't even know what that jersey was.
Yeah, fair enough. Isles Girl 3 saying, my friend told me about the salsa on a trivia quiz. I didn't believe him.
Look, I didn't believe it until I saw it either, and I found it on Facebook Market.
Love it. What's that one? Was it the Cincinnati Cyclones with like the worst jersey ever? Folks, look up the Cincinnati Cyclones. One of the worst jersey logos ever. And Isha, that was really lucky. I'm just watching Isha. I didn't
spill.
Well, that's the thing. You're lucky you didn't spill. A beer can just fell over directly onto the remote for the lights in the studio. He's lucky it was empty. Just say he's lucky it was empty.
Put it this way: if it had beer in it, it would have had a little weight to it, and that little nick of mine, it wouldn't have knocked it down. So right. I think we're good.
London 9977 saying it looks like a beer league jersey.
I
not
know,
gonna lie.
And that's what's beautiful about it. It was an actual BCHL Junior A jersey.
I love it.
And this is Canada Junior A. Okay, I'm sorry, the United States Junior A. I give it to the USHL. They absolutely send amazing products to the NCAA. It's not the same. The BCHL and the AJHL. It's on another level.
Yeah, Shane Van Ice saying THPN flexing its hat game. I like it.
Look.
Oh, I got another beauty actually here.
Talk about the hat game. For those on the West Coast, again, Rangers fans may not know, but this is one of the best local shows. Don Taylor and Rick Dollywall, the team, an ode to the old Team 1040 radio station on Vancouver Island's own Czech News. Dylan won some swag in a Twitter contest, if I'm not mistaken, a couple weeks ago.
Very lucky man.
Great show.
I tell you, great show.
Great track. Dollywall has to join us on either a live stream or BC Hockey.
Can you imagine if we got Rick Dollywall in one of these watch-alongs? I think we could get it done, folks. Rick's talked to me before. He said he will come on the show.
Honestly, post-game, we could probably get Rick Dollywall.
Post-game, we get Rick Dollywall.
As long as we send him a bottle of Crown Royal, the guy's in.
True.
Speaking of, should I grab some more beer? Should I dive into the whiskey here?
Dive into the whiskey. We're 2 hours and 8 minutes into the stream. I feel like it's whiskey time. Isles Girl 3 saying, I hate it on the Cyclones, but I like it. Yankee Mojo saying Cyclones logo lacks imagination. What's your guys' opinion on the reverse retro jersey in BCHL?
Honestly,
if they did reverse retros in the BCHL, is that what he's asking?
Yeah, would we? What's our opinion if we want to see it?
Yeah.
Cool. Clarify London, because I want to dive into that for sure.
Isles Girl 3. Okay, now I see the Cyclones swinging guy. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
What are some more bad jerseys? I mean, there's some one of the. I mean, it's so bad it's good. The Louisiana Ice Skaters.
Yeah. We got some more comments. Donald West saying, my grandma wants to see you in Fort. All right.
In Fort McMurray?
Or Fort St. John? I know we mentioned Fort St. John. MSG showing great shots of Vancouver. Like to see that. To see that.
Very nice.
We have the Vancouver feed obviously here on the West Coast. But
trust me, I almost had the other one the way I was.
Donald West, subscribe to this channel.
Oh, Donald
West is an absolute beauty. We love you,
You
Donald
are
West.
a beauty, Donald. Thank you very much. Again, Donald, you haven't given us a prediction yet. The puck is dropped. You have 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Just tell us the Canucks are going to win and shoot us a score.
Shit clock's ticking, Rick.
Just please, we want you to enter the contest. We want you to enter the contest.
Isles Girl 3, as an Islanders fan, I was expecting to see this come up. The Fisherman.
I hate it.
So bad. She hates it too.
It's horrid. It's
so bad. Yeah, that's what you would expect in an ECHL jersey. That's what it
Not
is. To me.
even though, because like
But sometimes,
the Solar Bears is quirky, but it's ECHL. It's not bad.
Yeah, I get. Well, I sometimes feel like ECHL jerseys. It's like it's so bad that it reaches that good level.
Yeah, at least they're not just covered with ads like the LNAH, who have good jerseys, but they're just covered in ads.
Isles Girl 3, thank you. Kill it with fire.
Oh, I would burn it right now if I had it.
London 9977 saying they did a jersey for every team in the BCHL for reverse retro.
This season. London, if you have a link, throw it in the chat.
Was that not where the controversy came?
No, that's WHL.
But maybe that's what it actually was, because I don't know what the BCHL did.
Don't get me started on that, because like I absolutely loved when the Prince Albert Raiders.
Donald West saying Fort St. John. There we
go.
Fort
St. John
connection on the Vancouver Canucks.
Here we go
with the goal. JT Miller.
JT Miller. Like... Who said it? Who said it in the stream? Was it Yankee?
Was it Yankee Mojo? It was Yankee. Yeah.
JT Miller scores.
I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna look it up in the comments. Team. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. JT Miller with the goal. I love it. I'm not gonna be able to find it, but there we go. There we go. Isles Girl 3 saying, yeah, Ducks.
Love it.
There we go.
Love it. No bias whatsoever.
A Yankee Mojo saying, boo, Vancouver score. But Yankee, you predicted that it would be JT Miller. So pat yourself on the back.
And Yankee, you also predicted it would be a 3-1 Rangers win. So you need the Vancouver Canucks to score a goal here. You needed JT to score one.
By the way, at the BCHL reverse retro, London's saying it was this season. We need to look into
London,
this.
do you have a link? Shoot us a link in the chat. I want to see this. We got a few computers in front of us. We want to take a look and comment on it live here for sure.
I'm looking things up right now.
Unbelievable. Okay, well, we have a game, and the Vancouver Canucks, outshoot the New York Rangers quite a bit. But again, in this typical Vancouver Canucks story this season, it doesn't matter if they outshoot their opponent. They're not high danger chances. And Shesterkin, credit to him, when they are really good shots, like that one glove save that he had earlier in this game from an Oliver Ekman-Larsson shot, he's been outstanding thus far. So credit where credit is due to Igor. And also, the Vancouver Canucks actually making a game out of this, putting 23 shots on net.
Oh my God. So, by the way, we're talking about the BCHL reverse retros. Yes. 2 weeks ago, the BCHL released a YouTube video. We're going to take a look at it in the break here.
I'm salivating. Donald, I want to see this so bad.
Yeah, I think it was London that.
London. Yeah,
London. But
I'm sure Donald will enjoy it though. Talking about the Spruce Kings earlier,
we might even play it. At the end here or something. I don't know if we have some time to kill.
Maybe we'll do it at the end of the post game.
That's
show.
what I mean. Yeah, we're gonna do it at the end.
Because then that with BCHL,
for all
complain to YouTube and end the stream. Then at least it's at the end of the game.
We'll make an executive decision in the break, but if you do want to go check it out, and I'm never afraid to promote local hockey and local leagues here. Look up BCHL retro jerseys on YouTube. You will find it. I'm just watching the video right now, and some of them are looking damn cool.
Oh,
the Chilliwack Chiefs with the red and the blue. We got some great jerseys coming up here.
Well, what's sweet, the Prince George one, and I haven't seen it yet. But it better be. It better be the Christmas tree. Like, it better be the tree.
Oh, it better be. You better hope so.
Oh, man. Well, a good start to the third period here. A little bit more pace. The Vancouver Canucks scoring. JT Miller, of course, scoring on his former team. Again, we said this early in the stream. Dylan and I, we're fans of JT Miller. And we were fans of that trade. I'm curious if the New York Rangers... Oh, okay, sorry. It's not the Prince George Spruce Kings. It's not... the Christmas tree.
It's not the Christmas tree. I still kind of like it.
It's fine, but it should. If we're going true reverse retro London, it has to be the tree. Dylan, you know the jersey I'm talking about.
I know the tree. Okay. I kind of like this, and I'm biased because I live in Nanaimo and I grew up.
Oh, with the Clippers
with the Clippers. Folks, I'm going to show you here. It's got that vintage look.
Love it.
That goddamn vintage look.
That's good. Okay, we're gonna share the video probably in the break. We'll just say that.
Well, yeah. We'll bring it up at some point. Like we said,
this is the third period, so we'll just show it in the post game show.
Yeah, exactly. We'll show it in the post game show as we're watching the Vancouver Canucks against the New York Rangers. And it looks like we are going to get the stream going here and the game going again in a second. London 997 saying my cousin plays for the Prince George Spruce Kings. That's amazing. plays right now? Well, who's your cousin? Let us know. Interesting. Isles Girl 3 saying Miller got caught with a huge F-bomb the other day. Interesting. A couple comments, more comments rolling in here. Again, thank you everybody for your contributions to the channel. It's been amazing. To the stream with all your comments. We really do appreciate it. Again, I think you might have a few more seconds to get in for 20 miles and 20 smiles contest. Predict the game. And Shane Van Ice saying, oh, hell yeah, another goal. London 9977 saying John Harrington of the Prince George Spruce Kings. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to look it up. Isles Girl 3 saying we're gonna need a vid discussing the tats. Maybe another day. I don't know if there's quite an explanation to all of them. I'm going for the American traditional style here. We got a little MF Doom. We got a little more going on here. So there you go. There's as much explanation as we need, I think, for the tats. Thank you for the comment, though. I'm going to bring back the score sheet here. 2-2, obviously tied up this game. New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks. Will we see an overtime, folks? Will we see an overtime? Comment below. Comment in the live chat if you think we're going to see an overtime. Comment if you think we're going to see a shootout. I'm interested to see what you guys think. And honestly, this is one thing that I haven't really thought about. Which team is stronger in the shootout, in your opinion? Which team would you rather have in the shootout, the Vancouver Canucks or the New York Rangers? Because both of these teams have really talented players. Interesting to see what all of you think of these two teams. Who would you rather have in the shootout? The players on the New York Rangers or the players on the Vancouver Canucks? Shane Van Ice commenting, Canucks are going to score a third before it all ends. Hey, Shane, I'm liking it, Shane. I don't know what your prediction was, Shane, for the end of the game. I think it was possibly 3-2 Canucks. So looking good. 13 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third period. Shots for the Vancouver Canucks, 25 shots for the New York Rangers, only 16 as Thatcher Demko with a kick save there. Vancouver Canucks making a push up the ice and clearing the zone. Isha, welcome back.
Thank you very much. So, some people's predictions, unfortunately, aren't going to come true. Matty D, 2-1 win for Vancouver. Well, Vancouver got 2 goals, but they're not going to win in that score. London was saying a 2-1 win for the New York Rangers, if I'm not mistaken. He might have said Canucks there, actually.
Either way.
Regardless, it ain't happening. Yankee, our boy, 3-1 for the Rangers. That's not happening. JW Canucks said a 4-2, or JW said 4-2 for the Canucks. So the Canucks to get 2 more goals, you still have a chance to win this 20 smiles hat from Gong Show gear. Shane obviously long gone with the 1-0 Canucks win. And our friend with the big long name, 4-1 from the Vancouver Canucks. Well, the Vancouver Canucks could still score 4 goals, but the New York Rangers have scored 2. So only 2. Only 2 still in the race here, Dylan.
Only 2. London saying I said Vance City. Either way.
Sorry, London.
Shane said it was 1-0 Canucks. Haha. Isles Girl 3 saying if it gets to OT, these teams are too strong to let it get to the shootout. Very interesting.
Are they though? I don't know. They match each other in speed, so true. I don't know.
Yankee Mojo, I was asking the fans who has the better shootout team between the two, the Rangers or the Canucks, and I personally don't know. It's an interesting question. Yankee Mojo saying I predict a Rangers victory in a shootout.
I would say I go with the Rangers too.
Isles Girl 3 saying I was going to say Vancouver is sneaky like that. I knew this game was far from over.
They're streaky like that, not sneaky, by the way.
She says offensively is too strong not to score an OT. Now, I kind of agree with that. As far as strong teams overall, maybe you don't make that argument, but they're just explosive offensive teams.
Fair enough.
And especially 3-on-3. I mean, it's an unbelievable style of game when you see that.
Back to shootout, though, I think, you just go down the roster. Like, Lafreniere will be way down there as far as even a shootout guy, but you got the Breadman, you got Zabinajad. Again, I don't know if there's like a sleeper good shootout percentage guy on the Rangers that they just might have above him. But then, like I said, your depth guys are really talented as well. Again, I don't know what Kreider's percentages in the shootout, but you got back-to-back Zibanejad and Breadman and Panarin, and I mean, Pettersson's great, but I'm sorry, I don't know if you can follow up with you got that 1-2 punch.
Great point. Isles Girl 3 saying, I say Rags in OT because that's my luck. Well, if you're anything like me, though, if I predicted the Rangers to win in OT, they would lose in OT. So I'm liking your prediction. I'm liking your prediction for the Rangers because maybe that works out in favor for the Vancouver Canucks. And again, another delay penalty for the New York Rangers.
So what are we at now? We're either at 6 or 7.
6 or 7. Yes. Power play chances for the Vancouver Canucks. And
the Canucks going 0 on all of them.
I know, and this is the type of game where you need to take advantage of that. We've talked about the power play struggling for the Vancouver Canucks, and you get an opportunity against a team like the New York Rangers that's playing undisciplined hockey right now, taking a lot of bad penalties. You got to pounce on that. You got to jump on it. The New York Rangers aren't, in my opinion, the strongest defensive team. I'm not saying they're bad defensively, but if you're the Vancouver Canucks, this is a type of game where you want to take advantage of it. I know you're up against a strong goaltender, so let's hope that they can generate at least some momentum in this final power play or this power play coming up for the Vancouver Canucks.
I saw some other antics going on right at the end of that play there. I don't know. And Podkolzin again going the line here.
Shane agreeing with you actually, saying Canucks have momentum going for them right now.
No, that's true as well. I mean, I love to see Podkolzin getting rewarded.
Yeah.
I commented earlier on how I've started to notice him more out there, which I loved. But yeah, man, the Vancouver Canucks with a little bit of momentum now. We'll see what happens in this third period.
Rangers have Trouba and Tenority for D. Yeah, I agree with the weakness.
Well, we said it earlier in the stream. Goaltending, the Rangers look really good. Defense, I mean, yeah, it needs some work. But then as far as the forwards go, look, I'm sold on their top 6, 100%. Depth-wise, I don't know. That's for Rangers fans to tell me. I can look on Hockey DB. I can look at their stats last year. Look, stats only tell a little bit of the story, right? Even advanced stats. You got to watch a lot of these games. And I've liked what I've seen. The Rangers have kind of been a mixed bag in this game. I mean, I like their pace. Their skill's been on display, but they've been super undisciplined. And again, I don't know where they're at defensively. I don't know if it's the Vancouver Canucks failing or if it's the New York Rangers thriving in regards to being, defending the Vancouver Canucks. I really don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. Isles Girl 3 saying Rangers just need to mature, have very talented young guys that need to mature into talented players.
What are they, only 2-3 years from their official rebuild where the owner sent the letter out to the fans too? So, I mean, 2-3 years out and this team is already expected to be competitive. That's good. When you're a young team and you got the Breadman as your star, you got Zibanejad, you still have young pieces and a decent prospect pool. I mean, is it out of the question to say this team has maybe 2 more years left until they're like, okay, we are in contention like we were 6-7 years ago when they had that run with Tortorella and a little bit after with Vigneault?
Yankee Mojo saying I'm from Texas, so I don't get to experience that Isles / Rangers rivalry. Yeah, interesting, because it is one of the most heated rivalries in the NHL, and I don't think it's ever going to go away. All of New York. I mean, Buffalo's the Devils in there too.
Buffalo's kind of the stepchild there because they're kind of more, I guess, of a Toronto rival, I guess.
And no cup as well for that franchise. Very similar to the Vancouver Canucks.
Just as sad as, or more sad even than the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Quinn Hughes skating up the ice again. Folks, I just love the way this guy skates. Again, if you're a Rangers fan and you don't get to watch much Vancouver Canucks hockey, just watch number 43 in blue and green.
Hell, look up his highlights from Michigan, because that's what really got me. I was like, man, in this draft, I was like, this guy's on another level.
Donald says, when is this contest you're talking about?
Oh, Donald.
Okay, Donald. Okay, we're going to explain it to you. You missed it this time, so we apologize. We thought we explained it, but we didn't do a good enough job.
Clearly. I'm sorry, Donald.
Isha failed you here.
I failed you, Donald.
Donald, next time we do a live stream, okay, we're going to be giving away this hat. And where you've been commenting, like you just commented right now, just comment what you think the final score of the game is going to be. So next time we do a
ties, bud. No ties.
Next time we do a live stream, I don't know who it's going to be. I'm going to pick out 2 random teams, the Vancouver Canucks and the Anaheim Ducks. Let's say you think that the Anaheim Ducks are going to win 3-1. Just come in, comment Anaheim Ducks 3-1. We'll write it down. Isha's got a little pad here. We'll keep track.
You're entered.
And you're entered in to win the hat. So that's for the next stream.
Unfortunately, entries closed 5 minutes into the third period. Shesterkin busy, man. The Vancouver Canucks applying pressure again. Shane said it here in the comments. They've got momentum on their side. They haven't really had momentum this entire game despite being on the power play 7 freaking times, but they found it now thanks to JT Miller and Vasily Podshloven. Sorry, Podkolzin.
I love it. I got a long comment here.
Only Vancouver Canucks fans will know that reference, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or those who watch the draft, I guess.
Right.
Gotta love Stan Smeal.
For sure. Isles Girl 3 saying, remember sitting in the Coliseum as a kid and not really knowing what was happening, but remember at the Isles Rags game, 2 men fist fighting and rolling downstairs together, fighting one another. Both men bloodied, crowd chanting asshole. It was an experience.
That is like, again, I mean, that's old school hockey.
We don't necessarily want to see people fighting, but
Don Cherry would be smiling. I mean,
that's hilarious.
Don Cherry smiling right now, thumbs up. But that's hilarious, Isles Girl, because that was hockey back then, and that's how heated this rivalry was. For better or for worse, we're smiling, we're clapping, we're talking about it, and it's etched in your brain. Now, for me, something a little similar. Now, no grown men tumbling downstairs fighting each other, but at WHL games, man, Cougars, I forget who their rival was as a kid, but man, did it get heated there. And some of the fans, like you said, would go at it. Hell, even in PCHL Junior A, Dylan and I 3 years ago, when Alex Newhook, now of the Colorado Avalanche, was on the Victoria Grizzlies, we had to go check him out. We had to see this future NHL player just dominate that league. They're in the playoffs, I believe, against Powell River, actually. And man, were the fans heckling even the players at that time, leaning over the penalty box. And again, grown-ass men, grandparents over the glass yelling at these 18-year-olds. I mean, what a crazy...
Grandma Ethel was going nuts.
Yeah, man, you don't want to fuck with Ethel. But yeah, I mean, what an incredible sport, you know, despite the violence at some points. But it's part of it. It's on the ice. You're going to see it off the ice at some point.
Yeah. Isles Girl 3 saying, we still have the chance to make fun of each other's fan bases. Islanders have Rangers suck chant. To you happy and you know it.
Nice.
Rangers have the whistle with Potvin sucks. Yes, Potvin
sucks. We
sucks.
know that. Actually, one of our business partners, well, actually a few of our business partners, but the biggest hockey fan of them all, every opportunity he can to throw in Potvin sucks. And like, we're not even Islanders fans. He'll sign emails with Potvin sucks.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's amazing.
Donald West saying, I have a scoreboard that shows me the number. Donald, at the start of the game, before the game has started, give us your prediction. So you're making a guess. At the start of the game, you're saying, I think 4-1 for the Vancouver Canucks. If you happen to be right at the end, get this hat.
Yeah. We're having fun here, Donald.
We're having fun.
We're playing games.
Yankee Mojo with a great point. This is a great point. TV just doesn't do that rivalry justice, and it goes for a lot of situations.
Battle of Alberta.
Yeah.
Man, I lived in Calgary after graduating high school on Vancouver Island. Actually, Dylan, you did a stint in Alberta too.
Yeah.
My first NHL games live, because I was a huge junior hockey guy, was in the Saddle Dome, seeing them play the Edmonton Oilers. And again, both of the teams were terrible back in like 2011 to 2014. It was still insane. Now the Battle of Alberta is unbelievable. Those old first round playoff series against the Vancouver Canucks and Chicago Blackhawks, though I feel like just everyone who plays Chicago in the playoffs has a rivalry against them. Right. Minnesota, kind of the same.
Yeah.
I can't wait as a Vancouver Canucks fan, someone who watches hockey and is in this Vancouver Canucks market, to have the Seattle Kraken become our rivals, because it's already happening. Some of those defectors who are like, I can't stand Jim Benning anymore, I'm going to be a Seattle Kraken fan.
They stir the pot.
And you're my rival now.
Come at me, bro.
Pigeonhole Studio, you know where to find me.
No, but you're right. Having a natural geographical rival is something a bit different. Isles Girl 3 has a comment. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to put it up, folks. You can read it if you want. It's pretty hilarious. There you go. I love it. I love the rivalries.
Isles Girl, you've been a hoot. Please join us every time on the live stream. Thank you. And everybody else here. I mean, it's a comment-driven live stream and watch along, like we say.
London 9977, Yankee, Donald West. We've had a bunch of people.
Oh, I love it.
Shane
London saying he used to live in Edmonton for 10 years ago. I kind of miss it. Look, yeah, that was me too. Pretty much 10 years ago, I was in Calgary. I sometimes would drive actually London because I had season tickets to the Calgary Hitmen during the 2013 lockout, the half season lockout. So I would drive with the Calgary Hitmen like booster club and fans on the bus sometimes to Red Deer because those were the rivalry games, and I'd go to Edmonton every now and then for some NHL hockey, but honestly, mostly just for junior, and then we just spend the night, partying on White Ave. You know White Ave well, I'm sure.
Puppy Lover saying, I think, let's go New York Rangers.
Let's go New York Rangers from Puppy Lover. Hey, Puppy Lover, thanks for joining the stream. We really appreciate it.
It's a hell of a puppy in your picture, too.
Puppy Lover, if you're on Twitter, and I'll throw the link again in the chat as I've been doing all night here, but if you're on Twitter, go check us out at VI Sports Talk. Check out the pinned tweet.
This is Isha fishing for followers.
I was wondering what you were doing there. Our poll question is, who'd you rather have on your team? And hey, Puppy Love, I'm guessing I know the answer. Adam Fox or Quinn Hughes. Both USA hockey guys. So, hey, just saying.
Isles Girl 3 saying, I have some Isles Rags games clips that I can send to you. I had beer thrown at me. Send that clip over.
Isles Girl, please.
You know where to find us on Twitter. We've mentioned it a few times.
I don't want to say that's amazing because that's terrible. But I mean, I got to see it. I got to see it. I'm not going to lie. I usually don't mess with other fans. I'm pretty respectful at games.
No, I don't.
Junior games, a whole other story, especially if it's like junior C, then like all chains are off there, especially and LNAH as well in Quebec. But yeah, we got some funny video clips like at some games too, especially Royals games. And we had some crazy fans there. At the Saddle Dome, though, I don't know if anyone knows about the legendary heroin beers there.
This is kind of funny though. Isles Girl 3 saying, I had it coming.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm really curious to see the video.
I really want to see the clip.
Island Girls, I don't have the video. Again, sorry, just going to cut in here. Nils Hoglander, what an absolute beast. Now, I know taking the penalty, but like the drive that this guy has. And I mean, the Canucks are due for a penalty.
Donald West in the Kraken logo is so cool. I agree. Donald, they killed it with the whole look of the Seattle Kraken. They just did a bang up job.
Look, absolutely love everything they did there. I'm already annoyed by the fans and the team though, and I love that I'm annoyed by it as a Canucks guy.
Yeah. Yankee Mojo saying Foxy has had an up and down game, 2 assists, 2 penalties. A lot of penalties.
Yeah, I mean, there've been penalties up and down. And look, Quinn Hughes a few nights ago had a few too many penalties. I think it was 2 or 3 for the Vancouver Canucks as well. And he was by far their best player in that game. So when you're in the thick of things and you're doing things a little too much yourself, that's going to happen. Especially as a defenseman, yeah. So okay, here we go. I was just going to continue my story. London 999 or 9977. Where was the heroin beer? Now, the heroin beers came from the Saddle Dome. Those dirty pipes from dating back to the 80s Olympics there when Calgary hosted the Olympics. I swear, I always thought it was like CO2 because they actually pumped the beer through the bottom of the cans there. Something, okay? I've been told actually by our friends at In the Dome as the dirty pipes.
The dirty pipes.
2 beers in, I'm not even kidding. They're taller beers.
Lead pipes?
I don't know, man. There's some sort of crazy pipes. I forget the river going through near the Saddle Dome, but something's contaminated there. And they're bigger. Like those $15 beers are actually worth it. They're in a bigger glass. I can hold my beer, okay? I really can. Even at 18, 19 years old, living it up in Calgary. 2 of those beers, and you are gone. You are gone. My buddy was so messed up after 3 that he was trying to climb the glass to get on the ice. Like that crazy fan in Calgary in the mid 90s, CBC style. Now I was not diffusing the situation.
Bad news here for the Vancouver Canucks. Sorry to interject. It looks like the Canucks are going down 5-on-3.
That's not good.
Power play for the Rangers. It looks like Oliver Ekman-Larsson getting a hooking or a slashing call here on the New York Rangers. So not a good penalty to take late in the 3rd period in a tie game.
Hedl, I believe his name is pronounced.
3 minutes and 40 seconds left, and you take a penalty when you're already on the penalty kill.
Travis Green shaking his head, smirking as he's like, "Yep, typical Canucks luck." To finish the story, though, my friend did not climb over the glass. I wasn't diffusing the situation, Dylan. I was like calling my friends, I'm like, "Turn on CBC right now." It's gonna happen again, but security managed to get him down, and we actually were able to watch the rest of the game.
So. There we go. Isles Girl says you're correct with Hedl.
Back on our own radio show, butchered his name, so I'll always remember how to say it right.
Isles Girl 3 also saying tall boy at Isles game is 17 US. I love this. 21 Canadian.
Oh!
Puts the Canadian in there. That deserves the red light.
You're my favorite.
Yeah, we are officially best friends
I
now.
love it.
Yankee Mojo, Rangers on a 5-on-3. It's gonna be interesting to see what they can do here.
Yeah, here we go. Late in this game, late in this stream. After a timeout,
Tucker Pullman, JT Miller, and Tyler Myers out for the Vancouver Canucks. Penalty kill.
Tyler Myers giving Pullman a little push. Stay in your lane, bud.
I love it. Tyler Myers, the wingspan. He's basically two people. That guy.
Yeah, look, if you want someone on a 5-on-3 penalty kill, Tyler Myers is basically two people. Oh man, that was a botch job from the New York Rangers. They had a chance there. Little skatey poo spin. I don't know what you want to call it, but he had a little tumble there.
The little skatey poo spin. Are you gonna coin that term?
No, absolutely not. I hope everyone forgets that I ever uttered that.
There we go. That's the beauty about being a live stream. People don't really go back and listen. So
God, I hope not.
God, I hope not. All right, so now we're officially at 3 minutes left in the third period. One of the Hoglander penalty expires, so Hoglander back out on the ice. It is now a 5-4 power play for the Rangers and a chance up front. And
wow,
just missing the net. It's a scramble. Oh, back in front of the net.
No, what a save by Demko.
He's got the puck again.
And no stick.
He misses. What a mad scramble this is, folks. Unbelievable.
No glove.
He's got no glove.
Skate. Ref, what is this? Blow the whistle. He's got no glove.
Should he not blow the whistle here?
There we go. Come on.
Now the whistle goes. Damn, Thatcher Demko.
Wow.
Thatcher. God damn Demko, baby.
So, okay. Yeah, look at every Canucks fan.
They're loving it.
Their jaws are to the floor.
Saying, oh my God, Demko.
That is your Team USA third string goalie, ladies and gentlemen.
Book it. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, Tucker Pullman. Tucker Pullman with the block, sacrificing the body.
The kick save by Demko.
Stacking the pads.
The Hasek.
Like it's 1984.
Yelling at the ref, yo.
Oh, the kick save. The kick save.
What a save.
What an unbelievable save.
Any doubters who say this guy should not be on that Team USA roster, you're crazy.
You're crazy. That was unbelievable. That got me out of my seat, folks.
That was nuts, man.
Demko is on another level
and
right now.
And they're still on the penalty kill.
Hell's Curl 3. Yes, they are on the penalty kill for another 25 seconds.
Yeah, Yankee Mojo, how did we not score? I have no idea. Thatcher Demko, what a game. And you know what? All season, Thatcher Demko, thus far this season, has been great for the Vancouver Canucks. He has not been the issue whatsoever.
He's really been the backbone of this team. If it wasn't for Thatcher Demko, I think this Canucks season could look a lot worse than it is.
Stepping in where Markstrom's, left because filling in Markstrom's shoes because Markstrom stole so many games for the Vancouver Canucks.
You really did. So here we go.
I gotta calm down a bit, man.
I need to calm
back
down
5-on-5 shots, 30-21 New York Rangers. Thatcher Demko, unbelievable. How many 4 elite saves in a row?
Unbelievable. And
my voice is cracking. I'm so excited right now.
No, I mean, just a great effort from Thatcher Demko. And the crowd is still going nuts. The crowd is still cheering for Thatcher Demko. Just a great thing to see.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I think we're in an office building. We're not like in one of our homes here. So I think our neighbors might have heard us screaming there.
But like what time is it right now? They should be going home.
Actually, it is. Oh my God, it's almost 9:30.
Yeah, the janitor's probably freaking out right now.
Yeah, there's probably the janitor.
It's Tuesdays. There's a dental office under us. Every Tuesday and Saturday, they get the whole place cleaned. They're probably freaking out.
Oh, they're freaking
or they're
out.
Watching themselves and they're stomping away too.
Isles Girl 3 saying jaw on the floor.
Absolutely.
Isles Girl 3 also saying 12 a.m. here. So there you go.
Hey, 12 a.m. on a Tuesday, and you are joining us here on the New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks Hockey Podcast Network live stream. We absolutely love it. And thanks to everyone. Yankee Mojo, I know you're Central Time, so 11 around there, around your time as well.
I got a banger comment coming here. You know which one. Okay, Yankee Mojo says Dem who? More like Damco.
Damco.
You're right.
That deserves one of these two, my friend. There you go.
Love it.
So we're going to OT.
And by the way, I know we've said this before. Everybody contributing to the live chat here, you guys have really made this live stream.
You've made this show unbelievable. I'm going to tell you, pulling the curtain back, it was a rocky start. Couldn't even get the live the live stream was up. Couldn't get the game stream on our TV here. We got it going. You all helped make this such a fun experience. And hey, it's not over. We have overtime hockey and then a little post-game show as well. on this stream.
Some chances there for the Vancouver Canucks late in the third period. They had some good looking chances. Period's winding down now. We're looking at
Demko
OT.
got them buzzing though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think his confidence is through the roof. So I'm giving it to the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, tell us your predictions here based on how the end of this third period transpired. Who do you think's taking OT? Do you still think it's going to shootout? I don't think it's going to end. I put it this way: I don't think the Vancouver Canucks are going to lose an OT. If they're going to lose, it's going to be in a shootout.
Isha, take a quick look at the list here. Did we have any predictions for a 3-2 final for either the Canucks or the New York Rangers? Was there a single 3-2 guess in the list?
There was one.
Who was it?
Our boy Joshy.
Okay, there we go. Josh, you might get your hat.
3-2 for the New York Rangers, Josh.
You might get this bad boy.
We just got you a job. Now we'll get you a hat, bud.
I'm going to go through a couple comments, and then we'll take a quick break, I think.
Yes.
We need some water. We need to do some other things here. London 9977 saying Demko is so much better than what's his name from the Washington Capitals. Braden Holtby had a bad go here.
Loved Braden Holtby in his prime. Coming up with the Washington Capitals, good Canadian boy, late draft pick. I really enjoyed everything he did for that franchise, including bringing a Stanley Cup to them. But yes, I'm digging Halak so far as the backup better than Braden Holtby.
I agree. Isles girls saying Godco. We're getting some good nicknames for Thatcher Demko through this stream.
Well, that'll be one of our next poll questions. What should be Demko's
I like it.
nickname?
No, that's a good one.
Demko.
I'm liking
Godco.
the Damco. I think I know it's so simple, but that's what makes a great nickname. Should we take a quick break here though?
Yeah, we'll keep the comments coming.
Yep.
We're gonna talk. We'll continue to watch this game with you. We'll continue to comment on OT hockey against New York Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks, and then we'll have a little post-game show as well. Thanks to everybody tuning in. We'll be back after the break. Quick word from our sponsors here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel.
All right, we are back. Overtime action here.
Yeah, we are in the thick of it. A minute into overtime, some chances by JT Miller, who I love in overtime for the Vancouver Canucks. We're catching up on your comments too. As we are in overtime here, Breadman is disbelief Sorry,
from Yankee Mojo.
Yeah,
Donald West saying, "Ooh, overtime."
Isles Girl get a comment on good comparison actually. Holtby's a lot like Bob. Some games they're just flaming hot, and some games they're just not tuned in. Yeah, but Holtby, I mean, Bob should be in his prime right now. Holtby, he already won a Stanley Cup. He can hang up the skates and he's still going to be revered in Washington.
No, and I mean, even best case scenario, the Vancouver Canucks really signed Braden Holtby to play 30 games a season, in my opinion.
Well, they honestly picked him so they would be selected in the expansion draft, I thought.
True.
Oh, wait, no, he had a no trade, so he was stuck with them.
Yankee Mojo saying, on the edge of my seat.
But I've been on the edge of my seat. I literally had to just do a lap in my office. I was so pumped from the Demko.
No, that's the reason we took the break, folks. I mean, our hearts were just pumping.
Yeah, I'm sweating right now. Yeah, I shouldn't be. We're in a concrete studio.
I know this studio. For folks that don't know, a little history on this studio. This was actually an old bank vault
Yeah.
that we
How crazy is that?
turned into a podcast studio. So that's we're living in a concrete shell right now doing this show for you folks. It's not the warmest place at times.
It's a concrete jungle.
There we go.
There.
Breakaway
for the Vancouver Canucks. JT Miller. Oh, with some of the dangles, but that did he
coming
miss?
back around? Oh, he scores the win! JT Miller.
JT Miller.
Turn on the light, folks.
2 goals on the night against his former team. He is buzzing.
There we go.
Let's just say this right now. Sportsnet, you are lucky he's not mic'd up because you did not want to hear what he had to say after that. He's probably buzzing. We're buzzing. I know New York Rangers fans aren't buzzing, but what a game. What a game. The Vancouver Canucks come back from being down. That's what's crazy.
Unbelievable. Isles Girl 3 saying reverse Jakes for the win. I love it.
Isles Girl, you might be our lucky charm. Same with everyone in this live
Shane
stream.
Van Ice, Canucks win. Shane, you're another lucky charm.
So we have
London, he's pumped. Let's go.
So it looks like actually the contest will live on another live stream with us because Josh's prediction was a 3-2 victory for the New York Rangers. Oh, it actually does look like Shesterkin did get his glove.
Second effort from JT Miller, though.
Yeah, the glove though by Igor is something to really keep an eye on if you're a hockey fan. That was truly outstanding.
No, I mean, as a Vancouver Canucks fan that doesn't get to watch a lot of New York Rangers hockey, it was great to see this goaltender in action because he is a talent.
Look, I may be in the minority. I like OT.
I do. The 3-on-3 especially.
Like this isn't World Cup. You're not seeing I like shootout rather. I do like the OT. Don't get me wrong. The 3-on-3 OT is outstanding. I do like shootout in the regular season still. Sure, is it silly sometimes to determine who is best in that game? No, but it ends the game and it's entertaining. This isn't World Cup soccer where you're going to see a shootout, end that game. In the playoffs, they go till the end, right? I once saw a junior hockey game with Carter Hart playing for the Everett Silvertips. That went 6 OT. That was insane.
With Griffin Outhouse in net for the
Victoria Royals. So this hat is still up for grabs. It'll be on our next live stream. Again, we'll give details on the contest. I know Donald, you know them well now. Next live stream featuring Dylan and myself. You give the prediction of the game, the winner and the score in the YouTube chat prior to the third period, and you have a chance to win this. Our friend Josh, he was close, but no dice tonight. What an exciting game, Dylan.
Yankee mojo. JT Miller comes back to haunt us. But Yankee, I feel like you predicted this from the get-go. You said JT Miller is going to score. And then, he ends up winning the OT winner for the Vancouver Canucks. But again, Yankee, London, Isles Girl, Donald, Shane. I think we had some puppy account, YouTube account, a lot of different people tuning into the stream, which made it a lot of fun. So I thank all of you for that.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. All right, we're going to dive into our post-game show here. It's not going to be too long here. We've been going, how long have we been going now? Almost 3 hours. It was a fun and exciting game. You keep the comments rolling. We'll keep interacting for a little bit, but let's quickly just give our summary, our takeaways of the game here. Keep the comments coming. We'll keep rolling with them. But just to get this conversation started, I'd have to say the Vancouver Canucks came out looking a little slow. The first period, I think both of these teams kind of feeling each other out, matching each other in the speed. London says, what a game, though. Lots of fun in this stream. London, thank you so much for joining us. I get it. The game's over. Some of you have to go to bed now. Totally get it. We'll be going for a little bit longer here. Donald West saying, wow, what a game it was. Because like I was saying, that first period, they were kind of feeling each other out. And then the Rangers kind of took the second. The Vancouver Canucks, despite, getting scored on early after, the power play that they had, they really caught their mojo again. Yankee mojo. That's why I said 1 goal, not goal winner.
Yeah.
A game winner. But hey,
for me, like you just said, Isha, the Canucks came out a little bit slow. And yeah, they clawed their way back to win this game, which is great, which is what
it wasn't pretty.
Well, it wasn't pretty, which is what the Vancouver Canucks really need. But again, it's just they need to put in a full 60. And I know that's one of those terms, get pucks in deep. That's such a cliche, easy hockey thing to say. But really, I thought the Vancouver Canucks performed well for 10, 12 minutes this game, not 60. You know, they were getting. You look at the shots, they outshot the New York Rangers, but were they dominant for any stretch of time? I'd say, maybe for points, maybe in that third period, clawing back.
On the power play, though. 5-on-5, sure.
So disappointing. So disappointing that the power play didn't get any momentum going. And I'm not talking
0 for 7, right?
Well, 0 for 7, but it's not even about that, Isha. Like, we watched all of those power plays, and I felt nothing from them. I felt no momentum even that would carry on to the next game to say, you know what, guys, we did everything right on this power play. The puck just didn't go in. We had a strong goalie. That wasn't the case here. I don't feel like the power play was executed as well as it should be.
Totally agree. Credit to the Rangers, though. Again, they're top guys. I noticed them, and as you know, through Canucks lens, as a Canucks fan, I was scared. Again, Rangers fans, people who watch a lot of the Rangers in the stream, Isles Girl and such. Is the depth a concern to you? Because I was questioning. I was like, okay, the Rangers goaltending is good. We all know their defense isn't great. Adam Fox, unbelievable, looked great in this game despite the 2 penalties. Every Ranger was getting penalized, it seemed like, in this game. But is the depth the concern? Because the top 6 is great. I said it. They're awesome. They scored points. The goaltender, oh my God, Shesterkin. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
The defense, though, and the depth, I don't know. I think we can agree the defense is not where it needs to be, but is the depth the concern? Tell us now. We have some more comments rolling in.
Isha, you know what? We're going to get to these comments. Donald West saying, you guys are the best.
Oh, Donald, you're the best.
Donald, you're the best. He also says, let's go.
Let's go.
Isles Girl 3 saying, Rangers got a bit complacent, but man, that ending Rags not scoring there was a nail in the coffin.
Look, I mean, credit to Thatcher Demko. Sometimes goalies can win games. He helped win that game for the Vancouver Canucks.
Isha, I want to pat myself on the back.
Okay.
Because I just remembered, I predicted this at the start of the stream. Someone asked us game predictions. I said 3-2 Vancouver Canucks.
So
Did I not say that?
Here you go, bud.
Thank you very much, folks. We have our winner. It is me. I have won the 20 miles and 20 smiles hat. It's still up for grabs.
No, I was just gonna say, but Dylan is so kind and so generous that he's actually gonna throw back into the pool for the next contest.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm regifting. It's the season of regifting, folks.
And it's like, look, we want to give away this hat. We want more people to comment so there's a higher chance of giving it away so that we can actually present our other giveaway items that we have as well.
Yeah, I mean, once this hat gets given away, it doesn't
on to the next one.
It doesn't stop there.
No.
I'm going to leave it at that. It doesn't stop there.
Look, it might be a gift card. It might be a jersey. It might be another hat. Hell, it might be a bobblehead. We don't know.
It might be a foot rub from Isha Jerome.
You don't want that. Maybe you do.
You don't want that, folks.
It's getting late. Let's keep the train back on the track here. More comments coming in. You all are beauties. You're making this so much fun. You're making me not want to go to bed tonight. Yankee Mojo, we need a better third line and another top 4 blue liner. Okay.
Also saying watching the Sabres and Sharks game now.
Ooh, that sounds like an awful game.
Trying to find something positive out of that one, eh?
Sorry.
What's your opinion on Cole Caulfield?
Oh, great question. Hey, and appreciate you joining the stream.
I like that name, actually.
I show slow. That's good.
What's your opinion on Cole? I mean, talented player. This guy's going to be a stud in the NHL. Sometimes guys just need a little time. I know he got sent back to the AHL. You know, for some young guys, it just takes getting some confidence back. And if you can go in the AHL, score some goals, get that confidence back, come back with the Habs, perfect scenario.
Laval is a good team. They're a good team. In my opinion, like the Iowa Wild are the best AHL team out there. No bias that I cover Minnesota. They just are prospects and AHL veterans. Laval's up there. And look, Cole Caulfield ran the NCAA. He was a god in Wisconsin. So I think I don't think he's going to be a Sam Bennett here. You know, had a great playoff run and then kind of just became like a depth player. I still think there's a lot more to see from Cole Caulfield.
Isles Girl 3 saying jersey, you say? You know, we're gonna have to get a few more viewers on this live stream before we give away a jersey for the game prediction. But I mean,
honestly, you want that salsa jersey?
Yeah, you want that salsa jersey? Honestly, I was looking at that salsa jersey. It looks like there's a couple salsa stains on there too. It's
a couple nachos are eating with that.
Nachos stains. Who knows? We're gonna have some great contests.
Probably at the Q Center too.
Yeah. Oh,
Q
absolutely.
Center nachos.
Isles Girl 3. I mean, maybe by the end of the season we give away a jersey. We have some extras kicking around, so I mean, hey, it's there.
Look,
the potential's there.
The giveaways are going to be unreal as long as you join Dylan and I here. You kick back, crack a cold one, watch this game with us. You'll be rewarded for sure.
And by the way, everybody listening to this,
already got that sauce. This is amazing. This is so much fun.
I was going, oh my god, the bad jokes you can make with that team. That's probably why they changed it. But folks, go follow the Hockey Podcast Network on Twitter at HockeyPodNet, because you know, once or twice at least a month we do great giveaways from the Hockey Podcast Network. You know, gift cards, jerseys, all sorts of great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of other sports too, Dylan and I are actually the creators of the Hockey Podcast Network, and we launched the Pigskin Podcast Network. If you're into the NFL and the CFL, there contests all the time on that network as well. If you're a hoops fan, I know Vancouver, we don't got our Grizzlies here, but New York fans, I'm sure. I mean, look, the Knicks are doing well now that they got
Yankee Mojo's got a Knicks logo on their YouTube profile.
Well, there you go. And hey, you got the Canadian boy RJ Barrett. So hey, that's gonna help bring you guys to the promised land. So I know there's a lot of Rangers and Knicks fans out there. If you're a fan of hoops, the Basketball Podcast Network. If you're a fan of, again, football, American football, the Pigskin Podcast Network. And if you're jonesing for any more hockey content, check us out at the hockeypodcastnetwork.com. Dylan is actually the producer of Terry Ryan's podcast, Tales with TR, one of the top leading podcasts in all the world in regards to hockey.
It has aged me, folks. I'm actually 18 years old. You wouldn't know by looking at their stream. Terry Ryan, he's a hell of a guy, hell of a storyteller. I have a lot of fun producing his podcast.
He's the greatest sports storyteller, not just hockey storyteller.
Yeah, so Tales with TR, go check out that podcast. Great guests every week.
Ken Reed last week, right?
Ken Reed last week.
Steve Parsons, the Nanaimo boy too.
Steve Parsons. Yeah. Isles Girl says, "You're 18? What? No. Add 10 years to that. Add 10 years."
It was a joke. Terry Ryan's a hoot.
Yeah, Terry Ryan. He's a hoot, and producing his podcast can get involved, I can say sometimes, and he's actually not that hard to deal with. I'm just joking. Terry likes to go on. Terry's an absolute beauty. Those newfies, I tell you, those newfies are just great people.
Look, us on Vancouver Island, we're unique. Those out east in Canada, they're a whole other breed.
Something else.
We love them for it.
Absolutely love it. Love it.
Just sharing the last round of our poll question here. I'll review it too and check out what we landed on. I mean, it's still going to go on for 24 hours. Right now, our poll question, again, you can find it on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. It's pinned to my page. Who would you rather have on the team? Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox, anyone who's still lingering in the chat here, any new people just tuning in here in our post-game show. If you want to vote on that poll question, go and do so. I will shoot the link one more time here in the YouTube chat.
Isles Girl 3 saying, "I'm 22 and people ask how high school is going for me." Well, you know what? Just appreciate that, because once you start getting older and older, I think you start to appreciate getting ID'd and stuff like that.
Isles Girl, I'm half Persian, and I've been rocking the poustache since I was like 12 years old. When I worked at a restaurant in high school, when I graduated, and everyone like high school, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's graduation, whatever." Everyone thought I was graduating university. So at the time, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Now I'm like, "Damn, I wish I could have kept my youth a little longer there."
I know. We came into class one day and Isha was standing there and all the kids just gathered in front of him. They thought he was the teacher.
Yeah.
It was something else.
That was grade 9.
I show slow saying, "You guys play NHL video games?" Yeah, we dabble. I mean, we're not crazy gamers or anything, but
Dylan's really good. I'm not.
I will destroy Isha at any given moment.
What's our record this season? We like always keep tabs.
You won a game.
So I'm like 1-12.
1-12.
You know what sucks is like sometimes the game just wants one person to win.
It does. And most of the time I feel like it's in my favor.
Do you remember that one where it's like it was probably the closest game Dylan and I have ever had going into the second period, 1-1. Next thing we know, 12-2.
Yeah.
And look, I didn't play any worse of a game. Every shot that Dylan took,
I'm just that good.
Yeah.
Isles Girl 3 saying, "That's amazing. You should have pretended you were the teacher. This guy's not that smart."
I tried, but it was French immersion, and I started parler français, and they're like, "Hey, you should sit the fuck down."
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Oh man,
what a great stream though. What a great hockey game that we were able to watch tonight. Fuck, this is so much fun doing these watch-alongs.
It really is. So what are we going with, Damco or Godco?
Well, I think Godco might have to wait. I don't think he's quite reached that level yet. I don't know if I can call him a god, but I can say damn pretty easily right now to Demko. So I'm going Damco at the moment, but he might evolve. It's kind of like he might evolve into another level here. Yeah, into a Godco. It's kind of like a Pokemon, He's evolving into his next stage, into the Godco.
Well, now let's just hope that in these next stages where he, becomes Godco, that he doesn't leave to the Calgary Flames when Markstrom's contract's up and DiPietro comes in for the Vancouver Canucks. Let's hope that Mikey DiPietro becomes the best backup in the league and Demko becomes a very good starter, then the Vancouver Canucks will no longer have any goalie controversy, will no longer have any goalie news running through our airwaves because let me tell you, it's been a wild ride. Not only the last decade, but I swear, like the last 20 years since Luongo and even Schneider were in net. Now, look, New York Rangers fans, you got it set right here. You got your goalies. Well, you're good. Vancouver Canucks, we're confident in Demko. Our backup's still up in the air as far as the future of that.
Yeah. You just mentioned Mikey DiPietro. It's kind of funny. I was listening to the radio like 2-3 days ago, and Rick DiPietro came on the radio, was talking about some goaltending stuff. And that name I haven't heard for quite some time.
Go. Tell me how you really feel about Mikey DiPietro.
Isles Girl 3 saying, oh, Rick DiPietro. There you go. She's also saying Godco, and I think we gave her explanation. We're going to hold off on the Godco right now. He hasn't reached that level yet. He's just Damco right now.
I'm just remembering that DiPietro contract.
Yankee Mojo, you guys doing the Rangers versus Edmonton game? No, we will not be doing that one. Isha and myself mostly do Vancouver Canucks, or Isha will do some Minnesota Wild games, but we may have some other content creators on the Hockey Podcast Network that, we don't know what games they're doing, but check out our YouTube channel, the Hockey Podcast Network, or THPN on YouTube.
Look, Yankee Mojo, I'll make a note. You're a Rangers fan. There's a demand for Rangers content. We have some friends on the network, like Neil Villapiano, who's just a general hockey fan. Yeah. A Jersey buff. He follows the league. He's like an encyclopedia when it comes to modern NHL. He'll jump on and do a bunch of streams. So if there's demand for it, shoot me a DM again on Twitter, @VA Sports Talk. Contact us at the Hockey Podcast Network. Send us your feedback and what more teams you want to see covered, like your Rangers, and we'll make sure we'll get on it. Again, we have so many contributors here at the Hockey Podcast Network. We have a podcast and some covering every team in the National Hockey League, plus niche content like Terry Ryan, like Darren, fourth line voice if you're into hockey fights and, hockey lifestyle, all that stuff. We have it on the Hockey Podcast Network. So we'll shine the bat signal. We'll try to get some of our Rangers guys on to do some watch along soon. And if not them, then, we'll definitely fill that void because Yankee Mojo, arguably one of the best names in our chat tonight. We want you to come back. You're a fan, you're a viewer, and this was a lot of fun. I know whatever chat you join, they're going to have a lot of fun too. So thank you very much.
So Isles Girl referring to Rick DiPietro, Mr. One Punch. We're still paying him, but he's a really nice guy.
Hey, look, we're paying Luongo still in Vancouver. I believe it's the last year, though.
I believe so. I Show Slow, what do you think about the Hawks controversy? This is too much of a big topic to dive into.
Okay, look, actually, if you go to the Soda Pod, either the podcast or the YouTube channel, the video might be posted right now, but definitely on the podcast. Our last episode, not named Judd's Buds, but the last Soda Pod episode, we actually brought longtime beat writer and radio broadcaster David Schuster to talk about that subject in particular. Obviously, we support Kyle Beach and that whole 9 yards. Look, we're at the end of a 3-hour live stream. We're not going to get into that topic, Dylan and I here, but go check that out. We had David Schuster on my podcast, again, the Soda Pod podcast, for half an hour. And David Schuster, again, he was on the plane with covering the Blackhawks during their 20. I don't remember exact cup run it was in that year, but very close to the team, and obviously very shocked learning about this in the media too, as he was completely in the dark. And he says it was one of the craziest cover-ups in professional sports history in his time covering the sports, which he'll say he's been covering the sport a very long time. He was courtside when Jordan was winning his championships, for fuck's sake. So if you want to hear more about it, David Schuster, the Soda Pod YouTube channel or the Soda Pod podcast.
Awesome.
I'm losing my voice, Dylan.
I'm starting to lose my voice too. Folks, I'm looking at the clock now. We've been live for 3 hours and 3 minutes. Normally the podcasts that I do are like 20 to 30 minutes long. So this is a bit longer than I'm used to. So I think we are going to wrap it up soon here. But again, just a last shout out, Yankee Mojo, Isles Girl 3, I Show Slow, Shane Van Ice,
we're scrolling up. We'll give you all a shout out. Don't worry.
Donald West, all of you contributing to the chat. We absolutely love it. You guys have been awesome. We had a couple more Vancouver Canucks fans jump in and out throughout the stream.
Please join us again.
Puppy Lover, another one.
Yeah, please join us again. Even if Vancouver is not your team, Dylan and I, again, predominantly will be covering Canucks here on the Hockey Podcast Network live stream. Again, we have hosts who will be covering an array of different teams. I'll be doing some Minnesota Wild ones, both on this channel and my own channel, the Soda Pod. But again, hit us up. Follow us on social media at the Soda Pod, at Hockey Pod Net, and BC Hockey Pod at BC Hockey Pod as well. We're so responsive at Hockey Pod Net on Facebook and Twitter. If you want to reach either Dylan and I directly, that's an easy spot to do it. And we'll make sure that, again, we fill that void in more watch along and stream content for whatever market that you're in. And again, if you like what we do here, if you like hanging out with us, regardless of if it's Vancouver up on the TV, we're happy to have you. And again, I mean, we're giving out swag every time. So even if it's just to drop in your comment, please join us. Even if it's just to chime in on our poll question, hell, even if it's just to rip on me, we'll take it.
That's my job, folks.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Join me.
Too.
It's a team effort. We can all rip on Isha together.
Oh man. Again, big shout out to our friends at DraftKings, the leader in daily fantasy sports and sportsbook betting. Use promo code THPN upon sign up for a bonus. And if you're a regular user, plug that promo code in for a weekly deal. We gave a shout out to the Hockey Podcast Network at HockeyPodNet and our website, thehockeypodcastnetwork.com. Dylan, where can they find you on Twitter personally?
You can follow myself on Twitter at DYL_THPN. And you can follow my podcast, like we mentioned before, the BC Hockey Podcast. You can follow that at BC Hockey Pod.
Subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Smash that like button on all of the videos. Comment on some of the original content we have out as well. We will be back hopefully next week, but a few times this season covering the Vancouver Canucks here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. This has been the New York Rangers, the Vancouver Canucks watch along here again on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. I'm Isha Dromey alongside my good pal Dylan. You all have a good night and we'll catch you on the rebound.